Welcome back to another episode of The Perspective. I'm your host, Brooklyn 80s. Back with another good episode for you guys today. We live today, you already know. We're going to talk about a few things today. Mic check. How I sound? We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to get a little bit into UConn's win. We're going to get a little bit into some of the baddies of women's basketball. We're going to get into the Gamecocks. I feel like the Gamecocks didn't get a lot of credit, or didn't get the same amount of credit last year when they beat Caitlin. I feel like people kind of brushed over that. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're gonna get into the Wnba draft. We're gonna get into Olivia Miles. We're gonna get into a few things, but let me let people pile in though. You know what I mean? Let me let people pull up though. Chat, what's up? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I've been having a pretty good week so far. You know. Share a little bit about myself while people pile in here. You know what I'm saying? Recently, Issa. Peace, Issa. Always appreciate you. My biggest supporter. You know what I'm saying? I've been having an interesting week though. While people piling here, let's talk about it. So recently in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? I had some pretty serious things going on. Couple people, I ain't gonna get too much into details, but you can put the pieces together however you put them together. I'm gonna speak vaguely. A couple people was trying to I was being targeted. Let's just say that I was being targeted, right? And you know me, I stand 10 toes, so I stood 10 toes down, and I had to go through some meetings and different things, and you know, I came out on top. I landed on my feet like I always do. You know what I'm saying? And now those same people that was targeting me is like acting like they my best friends in the world. Is weird. It's so, yeah, like, you know, one of my favorite podcasters, Joe Buttons, he always say God don't play about him. Is, you know, that's how I feel right now, man. My God don't play about me, man. You know what I'm saying? The same people that try to target you and the same people that's low-key harassing you and doing certain things is the same people that's, you know, you can see the complete 180 in their behavior. It's crazy. Anyway, God is good, man. So yeah, I'm just kind of just chilling right now. I'm floating. I'm not floating on cloud nine, but I'm just cruising. You know what I mean? Understand it. It feels good when you know you got God on your side. You know what I'm saying? Feels good. But yeah, we gotta talk a little bit of women's basketball today, though. You know what I'm saying? God is definitely good all the time. Speaking of God, hey, that takes me into another one of my topics today, man. See, that's what happens when the internet start interneting, man. Y'all start talking about shit y'all don't know. What Olivia Miles say? Did y'all see it? What Olivia Miles say? Oh man, me and Hannah, we great. Me and y'all took, I don't know, y'all took a little bit of information and started running with it. That's why I don't like, man. The internet be interneting, man. All these people done came out with reports. All these people done came out with reports on how homophobic. Man, you guys got to stop jumping in narratives, man. That's the problem, man. Especially in sports. This is weird. Let the narrative stay in politics, man. That shit weird in sports, B. Like we here to be entertained, man. We here to talk basketball. We here to have fun, right? This is joy. This supposed to be fun and entertaining. You guys want to create all these weird ass narratives, like between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo, Juju. Y'all be creating some weird ass narrative. Kennedy Carter, this shit weird, bro. This shit weird. If I could say one thing, me being a new women's basketball fan, that's one thing I don't like. You know, the men got narratives too, but it's different types of narratives. It ain't these petty. Like it's petty. Like women be dealing with petty ass narratives. The narratives the men deal with is like gun charges. Like you got Ja Morant over there, just Ja Morant want to shoot everybody up with his fingers, right? Yeah, I mean that's the narrative over there. The narrative over there is somebody done slept with somebody's girl or moms. If you know that story, I ain't gonna get into it. You know what I mean, some people might know that story. Those be the narratives in men's basketball, man. Not she bumped her so she can't get a job. Yo, that's crazy. People talk about that's why she don't gotta. That's why she's not on the team because she bumped Caitlin Clark. Like, come on, how soft is you, B? Like, how soft is that, B? Yeah, nah, women be having some of the silliest narratives, B. Like, come on, cut it out. Cut it out, man. And I'm saying that as one of the biggest supporters of women. Y'all know me. I support women. One thing I don't like, a narrative I don't like that's placed on women is the fact that you can't show a little bit of emotion or you can't fight. Like, you know what I mean? Or you can't have like attitude, right? You take a look at the men. You got Draymond Green putting people in headlocks. You got you know, Meta World Peace, aka Ron Artest, elbowing. I don't know if y'all remember that he elbowed James Harden. He elbowed James Harden one time. Rumor has it, I don't know if this is true, but he knocked out Elton Brand in practice one time. These things happen in men's basketball, and they get contracts. They still get contracts. Women's basketball, you have a little fight, they want to blackball you from the league. I don't know what's going on over here. This is weird. It's weird energy. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me, man. I'm just a truth teller. You feel me? I'm just here to tell the truth. You heard? Yeah, but we got a good show today, man. We're gonna talk about a few things. I'm trying to let some people pile in here before we get started. You know what I'm saying? One thing that's funny about my channel too. Let me say this to people. You know what I mean? I hope this get heard. My channel is for everybody. I hope y'all know that. So if you were Caitlin, because a lot of Caitlin Clark fans watch me, right? They have something called analytics. I could see as wild people that's not subscribing to my page that's watching me. And I know a lot of them is Caitlin Clark fans. Y'all welcome, man. Don't be afraid to come chop it up with the kid. I'm friendly. You know what I mean? What I don't deal with or what I don't rock with is the trolls. If you a troll, I'm gonna troll you right back. If you come to me being disrespectful, I'm gonna get disrespectful with you right back. But if you a Caitlin Clark fan and we disagree or whatever the case may be, as long as you respectful, I'm gonna be respectful too. As long as you asking, you know, real questions and we having, you know, a real conversation, you welcome, man. Don't feel afraid to come in my chat, come talk to me. I'm not gonna run you out because you a Caitlin Clark fan. You feel me? I'm not gonna do that. In fact, what a lot of y'all probably don't know is I'm cool with wild Caitlin Clark fans. They just don't. They so cool. You probably think they Angel Reese fans, but some of the people that you see in here are Caitlin Clark fans. So, you know, you guys is welcome too, man. Don't be afraid to come chop it up with the kid. You feel me? And you already know if you an Angel Reese fan and you ain't subscribed to the channel, or you just watch and you don't listen, man. This is a safe place right here. You know what I mean? It's a safe place, right? We protect Angel Reese at all costs in here. I don't play that. We could talk basketball. We could critique Angel Reese. We could say, we could talk about her missing layups. So I know that's your favorite topic. We could talk about all that. I'm cool as long as you cool with talking about turnovers. We're going to talk, because I keep it even on both sides. We're going to talk about what one need to work on. We're going to talk about what the other need to work on. And we're going to talk about what one is great at. We're going to talk about what the other is great at. I keep it even. I don't move the goalposts. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to sit here and praise one and down the other. We're not doing that. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody's welcome, man. Don't be afraid to come chop it up with the kid. You heard? That's sad, man. Let me jump into one of these topics. I got some topics for you guys, man. In fact, let me put my backdrop up. You feel me? Put my backdrop up. Y'all seen Hailey Van Lith Sports Illustrated cover? She looking good, man. You know what I mean? She trying to level up on and off the court. I see what she doing. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a good look for Hailey Van Lith. She's raising her stock. I think what she did this year, she put herself back in a good light, right? Hot Boy Corleone was good. Hot Boy Corleone says, I told y'all, if I'm Don Stelly, I'm out for revenge next year. Going to get everyone that fits my team in a portal. Listen, man, when you get to Nia Lotson, you off to a good start. That's actually one of the topics we're going to get into today. We're going to get into Nia Lotson. We're going to get into the South Carolina Gamecocks a little bit. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So, yeah, definitely. I feel you on that one, Hot Boy. But, yeah, I feel like what Hailey Van Lith is doing for her stock is really good on and off the court. Andre, my guy. What's up, my brother? How you feeling today? We've seen what she looked like, or what her stock was leaving LSU last year. It wasn't in a good place. She then went on from that to play in the 3-on-3 Olympic team, you know, trying to get back on the right path. I think they lost, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, they lost. They got beat. And then going to TCU, you know what I'm saying? Going to TCU, Hot Boy Corleone says, my prediction, Dawn. Oh, he probably was trying to say is. My prediction is Dawn gonna send a message and blow teams pause. That's crazy. But okay. Dawn gonna send a message and blow teams out by 30 plus next year. Just to send a message. I mean, that's not Dawn. Dawn don't give a fuck about none of that. Dawn want to win another natty. Dawn gonna put together a team that could win a natty. So we already know that. Dawn, I don't think Dawn cares about beating teams or getting revenge on teams. I don't think that's really like important to her. I think what's important to her is making sure that these girls is coached the right way, making sure that they playing the right way, and making sure that they confident and prepared to go get a natty. I think that's what we gonna see next year. But we gonna get into that because like I said, that lineup is still kind of, I like Raven, I like Tanaya. What they gonna do at the 3, we gotta figure out. I think Joyce Edwards need to start, right? Joyce Edwards need to start now. She's 6'3", so now what do you do at the 3 and the 4, right? Do Chloe Kitts stays in that starting lineup? Do she come off the bench? You get what I'm saying? And then we got to talk about Malaysia Fawali. It seems like Malaysia Fawali staying on that bench now for her whole career. I thought she was going to come off the bench next year. I don't see it. I don't see no spot where she could come off the bench now. I think she stays on the bench now. So now the question is, do she want to stay on the bench and build this team up with Dawn and be a 6th woman and that's her role? Or do she feel like she could do more, and do she hit the portal? Right now, she ain't hitting the portal. So I think she's staying in South Carolina right now. But does she stay in South Carolina for a whole career? I don't. We gotta see what's up. Maybe she starts next year when Tanaya and Raven leaves. Maybe she waits one more year to start. We'll see. But anyway, it's question marks is what I'm saying. Right? It's question marks. What do they do with Chloe Kitts? Is your 4 and 5 Chloe Kitts and Joyce Edwards now? I don't like that. I don't like that going against a Lauren Bet. So I think they need to go get a 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" player that could match up with Betts. But then if they do that, what happens to Chloe? Does she play the 3? Does she come off the bench? These are all question marks. We're gonna get into that later though. Right now we talking about Hailey Van Lith. You heard? HVL equals Olympic bronze last summer. Yo, y'all crazy, man. Shooter says UConn might repeat. He picked, UConn. Listen, ain't no guarantee, and that's what we want. We want to see competition, man. We want these girls to get competition. You feel what I'm saying? Hot boy Coleon says 6 women. I hear you. Andre says, I wonder if they gonna talk about Hailey like they did Angel. Expound on that so I could kind of understand, because I think I get what you're saying, but expound on that a little bit so we can have a conversation about what you're saying. Real money. What's up, my guy? You feeling today? Chloe on the bench. You start Ashlyn Watkins. I forgot all about Ashlyn Watkins. Yes. You're right. Ashlyn Watkins got to come back. So do you feel like, because Ashlyn Watkins, if I'm not mistaken, she's 6'3" too. She about 6'3", 6'4". So do you start Ashlyn Watkins and Joyce Edwards? And then Ashlyn Watkins is a hell of a player. So she's a hell of a player. Real Money says it's a swimsuit issue. Laugh out loud. Good. How you, big bro? Listen, I can't complain. Peter Smoltz says if Strong and AZ are healthy, they're going back. Listen, Strong to me is looking like the best player in the country. So listen, man, you might be right on that, Peter. Mike Wiseman says, LOL. I mean, she won bronze in the Olympics. Yeah, I know they won bronze. Yeah, I forgot. Was it France they lost to? I think they lost to France, and then and then it was the team that this girl that's on the Valkyrie. I forget her name. Tip. I think they won the gold, the silver medal. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me on that. Yes, sir. Andre says they were bashing Angel about her phone. Oh yeah, you already know I'm gonna get into that. You already know we're gonna talk about that, Andre. We already know we're gonna touch. I wasn't gonna really make that a huge point, honestly, but we're gonna touch on that. Right now I'm trying to show love. You know me, I try to spread love. You feel me? I try to spread love. So right now I want to spread love to Hailey. We was gonna talk about that though. So absolutely. Hot boy Coleon, to me, Hailey is not really a first round pick. She needs to go to the right team to fit her play style as a combo scoring guard. I agree. I mean, but here's my thing about that, though. I do agree with you, but basketball evolves, and I think women basketball is a little bit behind men's basketball as far as like positionless basketball, right? I think women's basketball, and it's getting there because you got certain coaches that's coming into the W now, and they make it more spread offense, and they trying to shoot more. The point guard's job is going to be to score at some point too. I mean, look at Caitlin Clark, right? Caitlin Clark is in the league. She's a point guard, but she's also a scorer. Look at Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina's a point guard and a scorer. So Hailey Van Lith is going to be a point guard and a scorer. In fact, the person, nobody is saying this, but this is, this is a connection I'm making. To me, if I look at her WNBA comp right now, it's Kelsey Plum. You know what I mean? They the same size. They both like to score. They both want to prove that they can run the point. What did Kelsey Plum just say in her press conference? You know what I mean? She was saying that in Vegas she was running the 2 a lot, but she has point guard skills. She can run the 1 is what, So in LA, she's going to be at least she's gonna want to. I don't know what the coach is gonna do, but she's gonna want to run a one. So if you look at Hailey Van Lith and you think of Kelsey Plum, kind of similar play styles. That's who Hailey Van Lith is gonna be in the WNBA. CC made the point guard score and assist again. Heard you, real money. Hot boy Coleon, Caitlin and Sabrina are the new wave to usher in scoring point guards like Steph and Dame. Possibly. I feel like that's gonna be like the they're gonna have similar play styles because they're gonna be, especially with both teams being good, they're gonna really rival each other for real. They're gonna rival each other. The funny thing is that's actually one of my topics we're gonna get into the best point guards in the WNBA. In fact, the names that I mentioned 4 names. I mentioned Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Chelsea Gray, Skylar Diggins. Those gonna be the four point guards to like be battling out for best point guard in 2025. I might be forgetting somebody. Maybe Paige Beckers. It's her rookie season though, so she might struggle a little bit, right? But those is gonna be the guys that's gonna be battling out for who's the best point guard, right? And I know a lot of Caitlin fans say Caitlin is the best, and she was the best in the regular season last year, so I'm gonna give her that credit. She didn't run away with it. She was right there next. Sabrina Ionescu, they was neck and neck, so it wasn't like Caitlin and nobody else. It was Caitlin, Sabrina, and then a little bit behind them was Skylar, and then obviously Chelsea was hurt, so she wasn't in the conversation. But Chelsea healthy this year, so you got to put Chelsea in that conversation, right? Those gonna be interesting. Before the bigs ran the league, I mean, they still kind of do, The guards don't run the league yet. Right now, the best players in this league is still bigs, right? And guards is right there after them, but the bigs still run the league. Mike Wiseman says, I saw one projection had Hailey Van Lith to the sky. I'm not mad at that. I mean, her and Angel got a great relationship. So whether she goes to the sky or they get a different point guard, we need a point guard. So whoever we could get that's willing to learn from Vandersloot and, developing a pro. I think Hailey Van Lith is going to be a really good pro, to be honest with you. Real Money says, but I ain't going to jump out tonight with the honey on my chest. Listen, man, like I said, this is a safe place for Caitlin Clark fans. As long as it's respectful, we could disagree. Listen, if y'all been watching my videos, and I know a lot of y'all are, because again, I see the analytics. If y'all been watching my videos, y'all should know about me. I don't mind anybody who disagrees with me. I don't mind anybody who even argue. We could argue respectfully. What I'm not gonna tolerate is any type of disrespect. Then I'm gonna meet your disrespect with disrespect. But if somebody if you wanna twerk for Caitlin, twerk for Caitlin. I ain't mad at that. Caitlin is definitely she nice. Caitlin is nice, yo. So I'm definitely for all the love Caitlin gets. I'm not against it. I'm not one of them. Even the 41 games, I didn't make a video about it. But I was one of the people saying I'm cool with her getting 41 games. I'm not upset with that. My issue with the WNBA, or not even the WNBA, because they didn't make the TV schedule. My issue with the TV people is not recognizing that, okay, if you feel like Caitlin is number one and she deserved the most games, I'm cool with that. My issue is you should have recognized Angel Reese is then number 2 then. And she should have had the second most games. Like if that's your angle and you just marketing who's the most marketable and you feel like Caitlin is the most marketable, I'm cool with that. But then you got to go to the second most marketable and do the same thing. And I feel like they dropped the ball last year, right? With the games that they had on TV, and they dropping the ball again. But hey, listen, the fans is gonna speak. They could drop the ball all they want. The fans is gonna speak. Hot boy Coleon says because Hannah Hidalgo and Tanaya Latson are going to have to play the point guard positions in the WNBA. That's a fact. Well, Tanaya Latson, first of all, let's be clear. Tanaya Latson is 5'8", so she could play the 1 or the 2. But Tanaya Latson plays the 1 or the 2 already, so I don't know why you added Tanaya Latson in that. Hannah Hidalgo is 5'6". Hannah Hidalgo can't play the 2 at 5'6". right? She can't guard nobody, so she has to play the one. So yeah, I need Hannah Hidalgo to play point guard this year, 100%. And I think the other comp you probably should have mentioned was like maybe a Hailey, because Hailey is 5. Even though you're trying to say she 5'9", she 5'7". So Hailey is goes to what you're saying about Hannah. Hailey Van Lith is 5'7". Georgia Amore's 5'6". She goes to what you're saying about they can't play no other position but the point. Tanaya Lawton is fine. She can play the 1 or the 2 in the WNBA. And she plays the 1 right. I was watching I had thought she was a 2 because of how much scoring she does, but then I watched her a little bit in Florida. She plays the 1 too. Like she was out there assisting the ball, even though she scores a lot. So she plays both positions already. But she's going to play 2 for South Carolina because obviously they got Raven. And then that's going to be a crazy three guard rotation though, because you're going to have Raven and Tanaya, and then you're going to have Malaysia Fawali backing them up. That's going to be tough. Real Money says, gotta remember Sabrina played all the way till championship game to get her stats up. Get her stats up. That's hilarious. To what you're saying though, Real Money, I did a video. I don't know if you've seen it early in the season, and I talked about Caitlin Clark being the best PG, and I separated regular season and playoffs. So in regular season, they was neck and neck. Playoffs, you already know. And again, this is no disrespect. This is just honesty. Caitlin didn't have the best playoff, so she wasn't up there with the best point guards in the playoffs. But in the regular season, she was. In the regular season, she was up there. She was number 1. Like I said, she wasn't even up there. She was number 1 in the regular season. But it was like by a point, because right there with her was Sabrina Ionescu, literally by a point. So it was really 2 of them neck and neck. But who cares? Caitlin is a hell of a player. Like, you know what I mean? She showed it last year. So, and she's going to be even better this year. Hot Boy Coleon says exactly, the bigs are still the best players in the W. That's a fact. Definitely a fact. Hot Boy Coleon says, I'm a Caitlin fan. Who do you think we should get at 19 and 20? That's kind of difficult because I don't think y'all gonna get nobody at 19 and 20. I think y'all got a full roster. So nobody. You know, you might as well trade those picks. So I think your roster is complete. But yeah, Hailey Van Lith, I'm liking what I'm seeing from her, to glow up, right? It seems like soon as the season ended, now we get in this Sports Illustrated Swimsuit edition, putting her in the public eye, right? Her stock is raising in the draft. To you guys' point, I think she's gonna go to a team, and obviously she's gonna be a rookie. She's gonna have to show she could defend. She's gonna have to show she's gonna defend. She's gonna come off the bench, but I think she's gonna have a solid rookie season. If she come to Chicago, if she go to a different team, and I think the good thing that comes with Hailey, and a lot of these women, Deja Kelly is another one, is that they also bring in their to this point, to this Sports Illustrated point, they're bringing their star power, right? It's gonna bring more fans to the WNBA, because see, again, people be forgetting, just because you a fan of this person and that person don't mean that other people don't got fans. Hailey is gonna raise the viewership of the WNBA. And show us Deja Kelly gonna raise the viewership, because they coming with a built-in fan base already. You get what I'm saying? So shout out I like what I'm seeing from Hailey. I'm a real one, so I got to give credit where credit is due. I kicked her when she was down. I was upset with how she played. I felt like she was not the reason. I'm not gonna blame her, but I feel like she was part of the reason LSU didn't win the title. So I was upset with her. And she came back like a phoenix, and she showed everybody who she is. And I gotta respect that. I gotta highlight the wins the same way we highlight the losses. I'm not gonna kick her while she down. She stood up and she showed people who she is. So I respect that. So I'm rooting for Hailey Van Lith. Where and she a baddie, man. She on the baddie list. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta love the baddies, man. You gotta love the baddies. The baddies is part of the reason. Angel Reese is the reason why I'm here, but part of the reason why I'm here is because it's beautiful women playing basketball, and I love to see it. I like to see it. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Hailey. You know what I mean? Little 5'7" cute ass. I like Hailey on the Valkyrie too. That wouldn't be bad. Listen, any team she goes to, because a lot of people be having they gripes with certain teams, but you got to realize every team got to start in the bottom and get better, right? Every team got to start at the bottom and get better. So, did I read this? Hot Boy Coleon says, I think they should use Aaliyah, Dwana, and Caitlin as their main playmakers this year, and Kelsey and Howard as finishers. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what they're gonna do. Caitlin is gonna be the main ball handler, though. We know that. Aaliyah Boston is one of the best passing bigs, so she's gonna play make. I don't know how much playmaking Dwana Bonner gonna do. She's probably gonna just be there to be a scorer. Like you said, Howard, I don't think is gonna be there to do much but play defense. She's not gonna get the ball a lot this year, I don't think. But Kelsey Mitchell and Dwana Bonner is gonna be your scorers, and Caitlin and Aaliyah is gonna be a go-to pick and roll. That's gonna be they bread and butter, that pick and roll play. And they're gonna play out of that. You know what I'm saying? I do not mind Hailey on the Valkyries or Connecticut. I do not mind it. Andre says Angel Reese came in and showed her feminine side. She set the trend. That's part of the reason. Listen, respectfully, I know certain people don't believe this because they believe Caitlin Clark is everything. Caitlin Clark ain't the reason why I'm a fan of women's basketball. It's Angel Reese, and it's not even because she's pretty. It's not even because of her feminine side. Angel Reese, what I love about her is the like the dog she shows on the court. So when she out there and she talking shit to the other players, y'all seen it as Fever fans when she did the Alyssa Smith. Is the reason why I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? I like this. I like it. You get what I'm saying? Because she was doing that in college. So once I seen that energy, I was like, oh, I like this shit. It's competitive. Like, these girls is really out here balling. I like it. So it made me say I want to pay attention. And then I started seeing girls with talent. I didn't even know that was there. I ain't know somebody like Isaiah James existed. I didn't know. And now, after Isaiah James, you get the Keomi McMillers, you start to see the Tanaya Lotsons and the Arike Ogumawales, and you start to see the talent in women's basketball. You like, oh shit, Reese showed me that. Angel Reese is the one why I'm here. It's that simple. You know what I mean? I just like the energy she play with. I love that shit. That's make me watch. I get hype. You get what I'm saying? Angel Reese is definitely a dog. Definitely. Hot Boy Coleon says people don't like Georgia Amore on the sky because of her size, but that would be the best team for her to make up for her lack of size and defense, because Angel and Camilla are great. That's a great point, Coleon. And defensively, here's the thing. I don't think it's necessarily Georgia Amore's height that's the problem. I think it's the height of the players that's already on the team. You don't want too many short players. So that's my problem. If we get rid of some of our short play, like for instance, and this is not going to happen, but for instance, if it was no short players on our team and we drafted Georgia Amore, I'll be cool with that. I'll be like, I bet. But the fact that we already got a 5'6" Mariah Jefferson and a 5'7" Vandersloot, I don't want to add to that a 5'6" Georgia Amore. That's the problem. It's not Georgia Amore's height is the problem. It's we have too many short players is the problem. Because Georgia Amore is nice. I'm not against her talent. I think, again, the same thing I said about Hailey Van Lith, I think Georgia Amore is going to be fine in the WNBA because of her play style, right? Even, like, let's just to so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Some of y'all might know that I'm hard on Cheyenne Sellers. And the reason why I'm hard on Cheyenne Sellers is not because she's a bad player. I think she's going to be good in WNBA too. It's her play style. Cheyenne Sellers love to drive the ball into the paint, post up, but you not a big. So you're going to get in your big's way doing that. You in the way now. Now you in my spot. You in the way. Georgia Amore dances on the perimeter, is able to pull up off the dribble, step back, get to her shot, drive into the lane, get to the rim. Find, like, her game is not in nobody's way. So I think she's going to be fine, and I like her game. Her size, though, is only an issue if you have too many short players on your team already. You don't want to add another one. So that's really the issue. But Georgia Amore is nice, though. Let's be clear. Let's not take nothing away from Georgia Amore because of her height. It's not her height. It's the you don't want too many short players on one. That's almost like that's the same problem in the reverse of why Chicago don't want to draft Kiki, right? If they would have kept the third pick, they don't want another big player. It don't make sense. We have Angel. We have Camilla. We have Elizabeth Williams coming off the bench. It don't make sense to go get Kiki when it's other players that play a different position that'll help us a lot more. So it don't make sense to go get a Georgia Amore when we already got short players on the roster. So that's really what it is. Now, if we do pick up a Georgia Amore and we figure out how to get them off the roster, that's different. That's different because Georgia Amore could play. Let's be clear, she could play. Mike Wiseman says Sophie Cunningham belongs in beauty and dog convo as well. I agree with that. Sophie Cunningham is nice. Sophie Cunningham is beautiful. Let's be clear. You know what I mean? She one of the baddies of the WNBA, and I found that out last year. I was like, who the fuck is this fucking Australian? So Sophie Cunningham is a beautiful woman. And she does have dog mentality. She does. She does have that dog and that grit in her. So I agree with you. I do agree with you there. Our boy Coleon says, oh, that's on my list of games to watch for on the WNBA League Pass going against the Alyssa ass again. I love Angels. Yeah, that's always gonna be fun. Angel and Alyssa, and it's and the thing I love about that matchup is I could tell that is on the court for them. Like they don't dislike each other. Like I think they actually fuck with each other, but they like competing, and I love that. I love that, especially since we see like when Angel, because Angel love to compete. That's another thing. That's why people don't like her, because it's like, or she get on people's nerves because it's like, yo, people like to dominate people. They like you when you here, but when you get up here, when you get here, they start to they dislike that, and you kind of saw that with Fee a little bit. I don't think Fee dislikes Angel off the court. We don't know, so we some more come out with that, but we seen Angel get under her skin through competing. And so certain people can't handle that. And Alyssa Smith can handle that. And that's what I respect about Alyssa. She can handle Angel's competitive nature and understand like we gonna go at each other. She put the arm down, told Angel she was too small. Now that was a mistake, because that's when Angel started to get in that ass. If we really gonna be honest. So that was a mistake, but they went at each other, and that was a great game. Don't want Amore. I hear you, Andre. Hot Boy Corleone says Georgia Amore is sick with it in the pick and roll game. She got that ball on the string. That's a fact. And she got a little issue with turning the ball over as well. So she got to clean that up. But she definitely nice from three. She nice with the pull up jump shot. She confident in her game. Georgia Amore can ball. We want taller guards according to Tyler Marsh. I mean, you got to realize since they said that they got taller guards though, so we might already have them. I don't know if getting Georgia Amore is gonna be a problem, but I think I don't think they're thinking about size. Pause. I think they're thinking about best player available, right? Hot Boy Coleon says, and I would draft Zadona Prince to the Valkyries. Okay. That's a high. If you do that, then you taking her high. You taking her fifth. I don't know if Sedona Prince going fifth. Maybe Kiki though. Maybe Kiki Ariafin. I don't know about Sedona Prince. I want Sanaya Rivers for the Fever, or Madison Scott. Yeah, Madison Scott. Nice too. A lot of people sleeping on her. Michaela Timpson or Janaya Barker. I need defense. Listen, unless I'm bugging, I might have to go look at the roster, hot boy. I don't think there's no spots for rookies on that team. They signed up vets. I think it's a full roster. So I don't know. That's a pipe dream for the Fever. But yeah, man. Hailey Van Lith for little baddie, yo. And she could ball. A little baddie that could ball. Hot boy Coleon says people were mad at first about what Chicago did in free agency, but to me they did good adding veteran role players who can shoot and defend. Yeah, they did. I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking at it now from hindsight, seeing how many people was not coming out, I still probably would have took Sonia Citron over Atkins, only because I feel like we're not winning anything right now anyway. We wasn't expected to win a championship this year, and I don't think we expected to win one next year, but we just expected to grow, and we expected to get better. So I think getting us a Sonia Citron pretty much gives us a younger player that could pretty much do the same thing, right? Maybe right now, I mean, not even maybe right now, you could say that Atkins is a better player than Sonia, but for how long is that going to be the case? How quickly does Sonia close that gap? You get what I'm saying? So I would have rather just still build young, even though a lot of players didn't come out in the draft. I would have still rather build young. And but hey, listen, I'm cool with what they did. I think as you said, I do think they made good moves. We got a veteran point guard that we wouldn't have had. She's home. This is her comfort zone. This is where she wants to be. So this might be a bounce back season. We'll see. Ariel Atkins is nice. She was a defensive player. That's one thing. That's the one thing I'm really excited about, to see how good our defense really could be. Because depending on how good our defense is going to be, it's going to depend on how far we go this year. Because a lot of people think about the offensive side of the ball. We got a top 5 defense. We got a top 5 defensive team on our hands. And then the coaching staff that Tyler Marsh put together, we got a well-coached team as well. And then the development that Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso have, a lot of people not accounting for that. They're not gonna be what you tune into this year is not gonna be what you saw last year, because they're gonna have more they're gonna be more poised and have more training and more skill and more experience. Everything's gonna be more. So it's not like your first time getting in the game and you like a deer in headlights. They going out there on a mission. They going out there knowing what they got to do, and they're gonna go out there and be our best players. They're gonna play through, with the way this lineup is built, they're gonna play through those guys. And we got veteran leadership. We got a solid bench. We got solid players. Our only question mark really is at point guard. What Mariah Jefferson? Well, not only question mark. Let me not say that, but what is Mariah Jefferson gonna give us? What is she gonna do? That's a question mark for us. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Indiana. Listen, am I bugging? Somebody go check it, because y'all annoying me now. Y'all keep bringing up these Indiana draft questions, and I don't think they have a spot. I don't mind talking about who they should get in the draft if they have a spot. But I don't want to talk about it for no reason. Like, I don't want to just fantasize if they don't have a spot. I think they have 12 players on their roster. And Georgia Amore not falling to fucking 19 and 20 either. So like, what are we talking about? Let's talk about realistic things for the Fever. If y'all want to talk about the Fever, let's talk about the Fever. What they need to do to be a successful team, to win a championship. Those are the question marks for the Fever. Not who they should get in the draft. They don't have they don't have a roster spot for the draft. They don't have anybody. They already have their team. They went and signed up free agents. Now, if I'm wrong and they have a roster spot available, 80s, they only got 11 spots. They can, then we could talk about it. But I don't want to waste my time if they don't have nobody. Let's talk. If we're gonna talk draft, let's talk about the teams that could actually draft somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hot Boy Coleon says, "Oh, Sedona in the second and third round, not first." I think Sedona, because she's 6'7". She's 6'7", Rav. I'm not mistaken. Because Sedona's 6'7", I don't think she's going in the first. But if she do go in the first, it's gonna be low first, high second round. I don't think she fall into no third round. She too big, and those players is a premium. If you, for instance, to me, I keep saying this, and I don't know if it's gonna happen because of whatever, politics. But I think she a perfect fit for the Minnesota Lynx. I think that's what they need, a big body, and I don't know who else they're gonna get. Because after Sedona Prince and after Malanga, I think that's it. I don't know any more 6'7s in the draft. So if you could get if you somebody like Minnesota and you're small, get you one. Get you one, because you might match up again with the Liberty, and you don't want to have that Jonquel Jones matchup with nobody to match up. You want to try to have somebody to match up with a Jonquel Jones. Get Sedona Prince, because you're not getting Malanga. You're not gonna be able to get Malanga. So the only other person you could get is Jonquel Jones. It's Sedona Prince. So if you Minnesota, you get, unless they're gonna make a trade somehow, because I don't think that what's the girl name in Phoenix now? The center, Brown, Kalani. I don't think Kalani Brown fits what Phoenix is trying to do. So unless they're gonna swing a trade and get somebody like a Kalani Brown or another center that's available, I don't know how tall Nelson Odota is in Connecticut. Maybe they could swing that. Minnesota, maybe they could swing a trade there. So unless they're gonna do something like that, they need to get a 6'6", 6'7" player to bang with Jonquel Jones. Hot Boy Coleon says, all they need to get in free agency next year is Kalia Capo and Natasha Cloud. Who you talking about? All they need in free agency? I don't know what you mean, Fever. I don't know what you mean, the Sky. I don't know what you're talking about. I like Kamani Turner a lot for Chicago. So, that'll be one of my picks. So, hopefully, it comes to fruition. Hot Boy Coleon says, I think the Sky should run the triangle offense as their main offense. So you got all the answers, huh, Hot Boy? Heard you. It's all about the coaching. We got to see what his coaching style is. I don't think it's triangle though. So Andre Prince 25. Yeah, Prince is 25. She old. She an old lady. Our boy Coleon says, and I think the Fever should run the Princeton offense, since Caitlin like to run pick and rolls a lot, and Aaliyah can play from the elbow, low post, and high post, and make plays with the face-up game. All right, you a coach, Coleon. I feel you. I like that. Hot Boy Coleon says, I agree with the Minnesota Lynx being a good spot for Sedona, and her ass better get in the weight room. Facts. Prince said, don't move the needle for me. Andre says, Prince doesn't move the needle. I heard you. But when you say move the needle, what you mean? Because, like, for instance, when I say something like she can help. When I say at least you're stupid. When I say something like she can help the Minnesota Lynx, what I'm saying is just to put a body on Jonquel Jones, not play through. Not we're gonna draft her and play through her. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we're gonna draft her because we need somebody that can match up. You can't teach height. Pause. Size is size. You see what I'm saying? So it's like if you don't have anybody to match up size-wise with a Jonquel Jones, then you just better hope the basketball guys is on your side this time, because you're gonna be at a disadvantage. So that's why I think Sedona Prince is going to be valuable, because she is 6'7", and there's other players in the league that she's going to have to guard on a team that doesn't have a 6'7", basically, is what I'm saying. Nelson Sedona is 6'5", so she's a little shorter. She's 6'5", but you can play big. Sometimes you got to play bigger than your size, so 6'5" is not too small. And also, Nelson Sedona, she matched up with Camilla in China. And she was playing pretty well against Camilla in China. So the Sky. So that question earlier you was asking was about the Sky. When you said they need to get Kalia Copper. I like both of those players. I would take Kalia Copper and Natasha Cloud on the Sky any day. So Alicia is stupid. They being lazy, right? They being lazy with the typing. Our boy Colin Young says Camilla could average 15 and 10. Yeah, that's probably more realistic. I got her averaging 20 and 10, but maybe 15 and 10 is probably more realistic to her, to what she's gonna average. So yeah, those are numbers that I can agree with. Andre says she would be a good backup for Angel. Who would be a good backup? Sedona? I don't know what you're talking about. And Sedona can't play the 4, so I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that fit. Lil Sip 55 says, come on, man, give me over 500. Yo, this shit crazy when you see a number sitting there for like weeks. I'm like, damn, like I know I put out good content. Like, I'm an honest guy. I know I put out good content, right? My videos is good. I even watch my stuff back, right? Because I critique myself. Sometimes I'll be in the car at work. I'll be at work listening to the podcast. I'm like, damn, I sound good. Like the shit sound good. It sound professional. I put shit out and my subscribers don't move. I'm like, damn, why niggas not subscribed? So listen, man, I don't know if I just hit a rough spot. I don't know if this will all podcasters go to. I'm a new podcast, man. If you watching me and you didn't subscribe, man, go subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Support the kid, man. Go hit the Cash App. All of the things, man. Support the kid, man. I'm trying to put out good, consistent, quality stuff for you guys. This is something I enjoy doing. This is something that I did with my friends before I was, before I bought all the equipment. Me and my friends would be chopping it up about basketball. So this is what I do, man. I enjoy it. And if you guys enjoy it, if you feel like I'm bringing you good content, man, please subscribe to the channel, share the video, let people know, hey, if you're interested in women's basketball, we talk women's basketball over here. You feel me? The Zelle is on it. If you don't like the Cash App, the Zelle is on the screen. You can just scan your phone. Boop. You could donate that way. I appreciate that. But yeah, hey, Lil Sip, I appreciate that, Brody, because I actually forgot. I should have started off the broadcast saying it this way. Anybody who turns it on could see it and hear it, because everybody don't stay and listen. Some people click off, so I should have started off the broadcast that way. So I appreciate you for reminding me to ask people to please subscribe. I'm only 5 away, so I don't even know why it's taking so long, but it is what it is. I'm gonna stay. One thing about me, I'm gonna stay consistent though. It is what it is. You know, I'm not doing this for monetization. I'm not doing this for the subs. That's an extra. I'm doing this because I love it. I'm doing this because I love doing it. I'm doing this because I love basketball. You know, I started out loving men's basketball, and now I love women's basketball. I got a love for the game. I love the game. That's why I do this. You heard? Let's see. CJ says, can a moderator please contact me and help me figure out how to donate? I don't have Zelle, and I don't know what the 80s Baby app is. That's Cash App. It's not an 80s Baby app. That's Cash App. You don't know what Cash App is? But I'm surprised you don't have Zelle. Zelle is like everywhere. Everybody. So you can have Zelle two ways. You can either have Zelle through your bank that you have, or you can have Zelle. You can have an account with Zelle and send money to people. But if you don't want to do that, then you know, you got the Cash App. Just go to Cash App. I don't even know how to explain that. No different type of way. Go to Cash App. That's my name. You type it in. Donate what you want. It's that simple. It's really that simple, man. But hey, listen, if you don't want to do that, just get me over 500 and you can send a super chat. Cash App, you just download it. I mean, I'm sure you got a phone. I don't know how you watching this. Just go to your phone, type in Cash App. It's a free app. It's free. Download Cash App. But he says he don't know what Cash App is. He says Zelle is not in my bank. It's a federal credit union. Okay. No, but you don't need Zelle in your bank. I was saying that if Zelle is not through your bank, you do Zelle to it. You can actually just, again, same thing. I don't know. How old are you, CJ? You don't know how to download apps? Because you could just have Zelle as an app. He said, oh shit, I do that. I'm old. I figure it out. I heard you. Listen, I'm doing my best. I'm just trying to explain it to you, Brody. I'm doing my best. Getting back to these comments. Our boy Coleon says, yeah, my bad about the incomplete sentences. No doubt. Listen, man, I could figure out what y'all trying to say, so it's all good. Andre says Prince. I forgot what the conversation was, Andre, about what you were saying about Prince. Oh, said Prince don't move the needle. I got you. I don't like Prince as a back. Prince is a 6'7" center. Why would she would back up Camilla if anything? But again, we don't necessarily we don't need. We can get that. We can add that, but it's other players we passing up on that could fill a need. So I wouldn't waste getting a backup center when we could get a starting small forward or a future starting point guard. Like, that's more important, I think. Hot boy Coleon says, I was thinking the same thing, Andre, about Sedona being a backup for Camilla, bringing in another 6'7" player. I also like Isaiah James, Cheyenne Sellers, and Tahina Powpow. Yeah, I like those names a lot better because they would have more meaningful minutes. It doesn't make sense to me to get another 6. I get what y'all saying. I just when Camilla sits down, we got another 6'7" we bring in, but if you guys remember, Dallas had that. And how well did that work out for Dallas? Just to have two big players ain't going to help you. You want to build a team. You want to build a core. We already got our 6'7". Camilla's going to play the bulk of those minutes. We don't need another one. Well, and we got a solid backup in Elizabeth Williams coming off the bench. Right? So we good there. What we need is a female Lou Williams. We need a female Manu Ginobili. How about that? How about we go find that? I feel like that'd be much more useful than Sedona Prince. Hot boy Coleon says Chime is also great and allows you to send money to anyone. All right, I might look into Chime. I don't know. I might look into Chime. CJ says, I do know how to download app. I just never heard of Cash App. That's an old ass app. How old are you? Young? You might be young then. That's old. Cash App has been around. Who's going to back up Angel? So I played the video. I played the video that I did. But actually, it's not just I did. I did it also. The young ladies from I forget the name of their podcast off the top of my head, but Tyler Marsh already said that they're gonna run the backup by committee. It's gonna be Angel. So the way he's gonna in basketball, I know we have a depth chart and we have starters and we have bench players. So a lot of times people think that means that you always gotta replace a point guard with a point guard, shooting guard to shooting guard, small guard, and down the line. No. Depending on your best players, sometimes you run it by 3-player. Like, so for instance, South Carolina, to me, don't necessarily need to worry about who the backup point guard is or who the backup shooting guard is, because Malaysia Fawali could play both. So you're starting Raven Johnson and you're starting Tanaya Lotson, and then whoever needs to come off the bench is gonna be replaced by Malaysia Fawali. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to always have this player. So when you say who's backing up Angel, Elizabeth Williams is backing up Angel. When you say who's backing up Camilla, Elizabeth Williams is backing up Camilla. They all gonna get big minutes. They all gonna be in the game together. So it's gonna be times where the lineup is gonna be Angel and Camilla. It's gonna be times where the lineup is gonna be Elizabeth Williams and Angel. It's gonna be times where the lineup is gonna be Elizabeth Williams and Camilla. You get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna rotate those 3 in. So the backup big, I think, is fine. I think y'all just overthinking that, because when you look at the depth chart, you feel like, oh my God, we need a backup 4. No, we need the best player available, regardless if that's a 4 or any other position. We just need to get the best player available. Hot Boy Coleon says, y'all got to start small for Michaela Wnba. Hey, if Michaela Wnba comes solidify that spot, then you're right. But what if she don't? That's the question mark. What if she don't? So you want to protect yourself for what if she don't? If anybody want to start streaming, if anybody thinking about streaming, StreamYard is allowing anybody who clicked the link that I just posted in the chat to get a discount. So it's up to you if you want to start streaming yourself and get started. Go ahead and click that link. Cowboy Coleon says, I agree with you, Brooklyn. At the big rotation, yeah, the big rotation is fine. That's not to say that they can't still add a backup 4. They can, but it's what I'm saying is if you got a list of needs, that's low on the list. If you got a list of priorities, other priorities is higher than backup 4. They're already good there. That's not a huge issue. A bigger issue is who's backing up Vandersloot, because again, maybe Mariah Jefferson comes out and play lights out. But what if she don't? You get what I'm saying? What if she don't? Now we got a big hole, because Vandersloot can't play 40 minutes every night. She's gonna have to sit down at some point. So we got to get a backup 4, or backup 4. We got to get a backup point, and we got to get a point who could eventually take over the job, because Vandersloot is old. She's not getting no younger. So that's a bigger issue. Another big issue is this. We lost Kennedy Carter's points. Yes, we got Ariel Atkins, but we lost Kennedy Carter's explosiveness. So we need to see if there's a player, a la, let's just say like Isaiah James, who could come in and be instant offense for us. That's how you replace that. That's a bigger issue to me than backup 4. And then also, I say this a lot. I like the threes we have. I like Michaela Onyewere. I like Kia Nurse. I don't necessarily like Rebecca Allen, but she's growing on me. Right? Those 3 Boom. CJ says, boom, download it and pay it. I love the content. Thanks. Appreciate you, Brody. Appreciate you. Oh, you sent me some? What you downloaded the Cash App? Appreciate it. Thank you. Let me check. See if I got it. This Cash App. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. CJ just sent me $200. Appreciate you for the content. So I thank you for that, CJ. I'm gonna make you an admin when I get a chance. Give me a second. But listen, anything anybody want to send, I appreciate it. Whether it's $1, $2, $10, $20, $200, whatever you want to send, I appreciate that. Hey, CJ, you a real one for that, man. I didn't expect that. So thank you. But yeah, so our small forwards, I feel like I like our small forwards. But in the event they don't, let's go down the line. Michaela Wnba, right? She so far had a solid career. I think she had an okay career, but she hasn't really had a breakout season yet. So what if she doesn't have another one? What if she struggles? And then you have Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse, to me, when I look at her game, the eye test tells me she's supposed to be like an all-star type player. But her numbers haven't been that since she's been in the league. Her numbers been pretty average. In fact, they've been below average. They've been kind of, and then she's been battling injury, so that could be part of it, right? But my point is, I want the best for Kia Nurse, but what if she doesn't reach the potential? My eye test tell me she should. When I look at her, maybe what if she just doesn't reach that potential? And then when you talk about Rebecca Allen, she's been a pretty moderate player her whole career, and she's been injury prone. So what if she's running into those same problems again? My point is saying that all of our small forwards all have question marks on them, and in the event none of them pan out, I think it's much more important that we focus on a small forward in the draft, that punch that I said we lost from Kennedy Carter, and shooting guard in the draft, and backup point guard in the draft. Those three to me are higher on a priority list than backup power forward. That's all I'm saying. Hot Boy Coleon says, man, if I'm Phoenix Mercury, I go get Kennedy Carter trying to win by. And listen, if I'm a lot of teams, I go get Kennedy Carter. I don't know why the Aces ain't say, you are 6 women. I don't know why the Aces ain't already. You know what I mean? So Jane Gray says Andre Morgan Birch. Okay. Wody Mac, what's up, my brother? It's my New York brethren right there. He says 4 away from 500. Hold on. Let me go get my extra account. You stupid. You stupid. Jane Gray. Hot boy. Carter won't be in the league for a while. Might as well forget about her. See, I don't like that. To me, that's corny. And the reason why that's corny is because people keep saying, oh, the hit she put on Caitlin Clark, so why she's not in the league. To me, that's sensitive. To me, that's soft. And I don't think one thing should have anything to do with the other. Yes, she hit Caitlin Clark and she dealt with whatever media she dealt with, yada, yada, yada. But I don't think that has anything to do with why she's not in the league. You get what I'm saying? I think the reason why she's not in the league, because you got to realize, too, what a lot of people don't realize is she was blackballed before Caitlin Clark got drafted. So this ain't nothing new. This is just a continuance for her. This is a continuance. This is not, oh, something happened with Caitlin Clark and this is the result. No, She was blackballed before Caitlin Clark came into the league. So I don't think neither thing has anything to do with each other. So for her to be kicked out the league, to me, is just petty GMs. That's to me, it's petty GMs blackballing a kid that is unfair. It's unfair. It's unfair to her. She's hey, listen, Mac. You didn't listen. You ain't have to do that, Mac. I didn't mind waiting organically, but listen, you got me over the hump. Pause. Appreciate you, big bro. Thank you. But yeah. So I think Kennedy Carter. I do think you're right, and I do think she's not gonna be in the league, but for right now. But I just think because it's petty GMs, man. I think they looking at her like a hothead or a head case, and they trying to make a point in keeping her out the league. And it's partly her fault because she get in fights everywhere she go. So she gotta understand that part of this thing is politics, and she gotta carry herself a different way. She gotta understand that. So it is what it is. But she definitely should be in the league. And I don't think it has anything to do with Caitlin Clark, to be honest with you. Potential Sports CV, almost 500. Let me get my last 2 accounts. Whoa, stupid. CJ, nah, I don't need to be an admin. Just keep on keeping on. Appreciate you. I'll keep on supporting, man. Hey, CJ, tell people if that's the case. Tell people, bring more. Let's build this community out. That's what I'm trying to do, people. I'm trying to build an organic community, my own community that appreciates how I talk about the game, right? How we talk about the game, right? And how we go back and forth. So let's build community. So, and again, like my man earlier said, Sips, I believe his name was Sips. Yeah, Lil Sip 55. Like Lil Sip 55 said earlier, like CJ is saying now. You know, like you guys tell me in my comments. You guys hop in my comments and y'all tell me, y'all like my videos, y'all like my voice, y'all like my persona, how I talk about these players. Y'all this is the things y'all tell me in the comments. Tell other people. Shit, let's share this. Let's get people to know whether you a Caitlin Clark fan, whether you a Angel Reese fan, whether you a Asia Wilson fan, whether you a Juju Watkins fan, Rakia Jackson fan, Cam Brink fan, Sabrina Nescu fan, whether you a Liberty fan, Aces fan, it doesn't matter, right? Where the Valkyrie fans at? That's what I want to know. The newest franchise, where they fans at? Tell them, come. This is where you come. This is a safe place. I need all the Valkyrie fans. I need all of the Portland fans, right? The Eminem just put in the bid for Detroit. I need all the Detroit fans. I need them to know this is where we come give our perspective, and it's a safe place. And we can argue, we can have fun, we can argue, but at the end of the day, when we walk away, it's all good. It's not you don't take nothing personal, because that's what sports is about. That's what I do with my friends. My friends are still my friends, and we didn't argue wild times. So why it can't be the same just because our fan bases is different? We can argue about who we like better, who's better at this and who's better at that. We can argue about it, but it don't mean I gotta hate you after. I don't hate Caitlin. I know people want to put that. If I critique Caitlin, if I say something, Caitlin is not good at this, or she need to work on this, or she got, her attitude is this. If I say anything about Caitlin, they hop about comments and say you hate her, and it's because she's white. That should make me laugh every time. You hate her because she's white. That's they get me. And it's like, no, I don't like everything you like about her, right? We could disagree. We could go back and forth. It's fine. And I don't care about her being white or black. Like I don't care about Angel being white or black. Like I don't really care about that for real. I'm here for the basketball side of things. So, but again, just let people know about the channel. Let people know to subscribe to the channel, like the channel. You guys should share the channel. Again, if y'all want to donate, I appreciate anything that you could donate. And that's that, man. That's that. Hot Boy Coleon says, I love watching Kennedy. Listen, we all love watching Kennedy play. Everybody, even the people who didn't like it because she bumped Caitlin and it was a whole thing. Everybody loved watching her play because she's exciting. She should be in a W. In fact, the W is growing. You want as many exciting players right? So she should be here. Lupa B, my man, and Max 500. Hey, appreciate you, big bro. Appreciate you, Wody Mac. You the man. Appreciate you. Hot boy Coleon says agree. Brooklyn. Yes. CJ says totally concur. Third strike. CJ says, but winning is more important. Probably. She's young. Facts. Hot Boy says the Valkyrie don't have any dynamic, exciting plays. That's not true. It's not true. They got a young lady by the name of Janelle Shalom. All right, she's from overseas. We're gonna see what she can do in the W. But she should be exciting. Then they have Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes is exciting. Then they have a young Kate Martin. We don't know what Kate Martin is going to develop into. She's working right now to become a better player. So let's see what she can become. And then they're going to get a young stud in the draft. So those 3 players I just mentioned, plus they draft pick, they got a pretty. And plus, don't sleep on some of the guards. They got Julie Van Loo, who's exciting. And I like Veronica Burton. Solid. They got some sleeping. They don't have big names where it's like the sexy names, but they got some players, man. Valkyrie got some interesting players. And then I like what's the girl name that was on the Sparks last year? The shooter. Is it Carlton or something like that? She's nice too. Like, they got some high players now. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, because she's from overseas, so we're not gonna know much about her. We haven't seen her play, but I'm just saying they got some exciting talent over there in Valkyrie too. And even in the second and third rounds in this draft, I think you get some gems. I think you could definitely get some gems in his draft. So let me see what we got next. Let's see what we got next. My notes. I'm not sure we talked about this. I think I touched on it. Yeah, I did. I talked about it. Olivia Miles, Hannah Hidalgo. I did talk about that in my intro. It's no beef there, people. There's no beef. And I'm happy to hear that because both of those ladies deserve to not be harassed on the internet. Right? Hey, Mike Wiseman, I appreciate that, Mike. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that. And anybody else that's watching, if you ain't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, man. What you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Did I miss some? Agreed. Broken. Totally concur. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we was here. Max says, wait, the Vouts took Janelle? I ain't here. I'm watching them now. Yeah, they got Janelle. Janelle Salone went to the Valkyrie. Hot boy Cole Leon says, all right, we don't know her, Janelle, blah, blah, blah. Max says, I already was interested in Carla Lith as a player for the Vouts, but with Salon and Conde might be decent. Now that's a fact. That's if all of them. See, the thing about the Valkyrie is they got a lot of them foreign players. If all of them come over, that'll be interesting. But I don't think all of them are gonna come over. In fact, I think is it Conde? The one we had, I think it was Conde or it was Carla Lith. Whichever one we had, she got hurt. So she's injured. So she's probably not gonna come over. But yeah, they got some high foreign players in Valkyrie. CJ says, I think the Valks just signed Fanbag Lay, great role player. Yeah, no, that's a fact. They just signed her up. She was on the team from the Spanson draft. They just gave her a contract. She's gonna be great for them, and she's used to playing with foreign players, right? So she's gonna fit right in. Hot Boy Colin Young says, "What do you think about Ryan Howard?" I like Ryan Howard. If she was available, I wouldn't mind her for the Sky. You know, she has her flaws about her. Sometimes she could disappear, so she's a little inconsistent in all of the things. But ultimately, I like who she is as a player. So she's microwave on offense. Hot Boy Colin Young says to me, she has superstar talent, but hasn't put it all together for me. Yeah, that's a fact. That's basically a great way to describe her. Great talent and hasn't put it together. I don't know about superstar talent. I wouldn't say that. That's a stretch, but she definitely has star talent. Know what I mean? Next, let's get into Paige Beckers, y'all. Let's talk a little bit about Paige. What's next? What's next for Paige in the WNBA, right? Obviously, we all think she's gonna become Rookie of the Year. We gotta see if there's anybody who could challenge that. I don't know if there's anybody in this draft. Maybe Dominique Malanga, depending on where she goes and how many minutes, might challenge her for Rookie of the Year. Maybe somebody like Anissa Murrow. We know Anissa's a dog, so wherever she goes, if she get the minutes, she's gonna put up decent numbers. Depending on the role Kiki is in and how well she plays, maybe a Kiki. But that's probably it. I don't see anybody else really challenging for Rookie of the Year. It really depends on where they go in a role. If you're gonna be in a star, let's just say for instance, somebody like I don't think she's gonna challenge for Rookie of the Year because she don't put enough numbers up. Tahina Pow don't put enough numbers up, right? But somebody like Isaiah James, maybe if she is in a right 6-woman role and she's playing the right amount of minutes, maybe could challenge. So there's those types of people. Maybe could challenge, but I think we all know that Paige is probably a foregone conclusion of getting Rookie of the Year. And then the team she's going to, her pretty much running the point, Arike running the 2, Dejanay running the 3, and then Alyssa Smith running the 4, and Tierra McCarron running the 5. They got a solid lineup already. They got a solid defensive lineup. They balance offensively. They good. They have a solid rebounding team, and they in a city that wants to support them. And then they have I forget the girl's name, Ty Harris, coming off the bench. Paige is in a good position to have an incredible rookie season with the team that she has. CJ says Paige should be an all-star in 2030. I mean, I think she'll be an all-star before that. Remember, Angel and Caitlin was all-stars in their rookie year. Not to say she's going to be an all-star in her rookie year, but she definitely got it. She if she's not an all-star this year, she's definitely going to be an all-star by next year. For sure. For sure. And I think she has a fan base to be a starter. That's another thing. I think that's another one of my topics, but that's another thing people got to realize. Winning a championship, what that does to your popularity, right? Making it to the national championship game and especially winning it raises your popularity. So whatever fans Paige had before, that shit about to double and triple, right? Her name is being mentioned. You become a celebrity. You get what I'm saying? Not just her, Sarah Strong, AZ Fudd. They're going to be what Angel Reese said. After that game, after that national title game, I had to start taking classes online She couldn't go to class anymore. She became a celebrity on campus. So Paige is definitely about to have the fan base and the star power to be an all-star. Yeah, one, especially if she plays well. Hot Boy Colin says in 2020 should be an all-star in her rookie season. Yeah, so Bodie Mack says, essentially, in my opinion, if these foreign players make a splash next season, the way scouts look at overseas players might change to where superstars and the Euros might be picked before college role players. I mean, I think that's absolutely right, Colion, and I think that's kind of like already the case though, because it's gonna be hard to pick because these girls play 4 years. Like, put it to you like this: if Paige wasn't in this draft, this probably would have been the first year. Like, you need a draft like this, whereas it don't have a lot of star power in it, and then you need a superstar from overseas to be like a number one pick or something like that over here. But because these women play 4 years in college and we see them, if one of them in college, if we could tell, like a Paige, like a Juju, like a Sarah Strong, if we could tell that they're a superstar, it's going to be hard to take somebody overseas before them, because we've seen them on 4 years. These overseas girls, we don't see them a lot, so it's hard to like do that. But you're right though. If I would take a superstar overseas, or somebody that's running her team, that the best player on her team overseas, before a role player in college. I would do that if the talent was there. So I definitely feel what you're saying about that. CJ says, Hot Boy, I don't think so. At what position? Bodie Mack says Nalissa Smith not starting. They paid Mayan Highlands $200K at her position. For one, Wody, Nalissa Smith is from Texas. She's from that's her hometown. So let's be clear about that. They want to see Nalissa Smith in that starting lineup. Two, Nalissa Smith is the better player. Maisha Hines Allen is a good player, but she's a role player. So they just played it at 2K to pad her pockets. She not starting over. The only way is they might start together sometimes, right? Let's just say Tierra McCowan ain't playing well. They might start Nalissa and Maisha Hines Allen. But Maisha Hines Allen ain't starting over Nalissa Smith. That's not happening. And then the only way it would happen, though, to your point though, Wody Mac, is if for whatever reason Nalissa Smith regresses and she's just not good. And in that case, then Maisha will, but I don't think that's going to happen. Hot Boy Coleon says at guard, don't forget where the All-Star game is this year. You want your biggest and brightest stars playing in this year's All-Star game. Where is it? Where is it? CJ says Cece and Angel were rare animals, and yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. But CJ, I don't think they as rare as you think. I think you're right that they were rare animals, but I think some more animals. I think it's some more animals, but I don't think they're the only animals. Is my point. I think it's some more animals that is gonna wake the WNBA up. Andre says Paige will be fine. That's a fact. Paige definitely will be fine in the WNBA. Hot Boy Colignon says exactly. Brooklyn, her fan base will prepare her to an all. That's a fact. I think she's gonna have a huge fan base because winning the championship puts you at another level. Not even winning, like in Caitlin case, you see she just made it to the game. So sometimes not even winning it. If you make it to that national championship game, everybody's watching. And then if you show out, like Sarah Strong is a star now, just because of how she played the whole tournament. So if you show out, you could raise your stock, and that's what these players did. TJ says, I agree. Paige will be fine. Fine ain't great. In the right system, she could be great, but she's still 10-3-3 in Dallas. That's what you see at 10-3-3? Okay. We'll see. I don't know if I have her numbers just yet. So we'll see. Paige will be great. Hot Boy Coleon says Paige is gonna average 14, 4, and 4. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I gotta see her play first before I could, I mean, I gotta see how she fit in. I got because remember she played on the team with Enrique. I don't know how the shots. We gotta see. We just gotta see. CJ says Andre left out loud. I hope so. I'm a fan of hers, but again, she's competing in the wrong system. Brody Max says it's in Indiana. Okay, it's in Indy. That's what I thought. Somebody said, so I was talking to somebody and they said it was in Indy last year. So they were saying it's someplace else this year. But you saying it's in Indy this year. I don't know. So I'm getting confused. I know why they chose Indy, but as far as the things to do in Indy, I don't know. Paige has an all-around game. Hot Boy Coleon says Indy All-Star game. Don't be surprised if she participates in a skill challenge or 3-point shootout. CJ says, Hot Boy, I hope so. Alicia B says Indy this year, Phoenix last year. Yeah, you right, it was Phoenix last year. So whoever I was talking about they confused me because I was like, yo, it was Indiana. I think that's where it's gonna be. And they was like, nah, it was Indy last year. I forgot who I was talking to and who said that, but thank you guys for correcting me because I thought it wasn't Indy this year because of that conversation. So Nathaniel, how you doing, my brother? Mike Wiseman says the men's was in. Oh, so that's probably what it was. They probably got mixed up. Whoever I was talking to probably was mixed up. Thank you, Mike. You muted, Nate, if you're talking. Hotboy Coleon says that was the NBA's All-Star. Okay. So whoever I was talking to confused me because they was confused, in other words. Got you. Nathaniel.
Wow. What's going on?
How you doing, my brother?
Just getting out of work. If you hear some beeps and forklifts, I'm trying to send us this email if I get up out of here.
Got you. Just mute if it gets a little, just mute it up.
I thought it was going off. I got on. I ain't see nothing. I just saw Hailey Van Lith up there and some music. I was like, what is he doing up here? I come at the wrong time, or?
Man.
Nah, if that was Angel on there, in a swimsuit. Let me shut up.
telling people about your what you do in your private time.
No, I'm saying the fact that Hailey is on the cover. I said if that was her, it'd be an uproar and she got to close up again.
Yeah, you just reminded me because I meant to touch on that. So, great point.
Pause.
Yeah, thank you. You already know. Pause that.
Yeah.
CJ says soft porn. Hailey Van Lith. Some slow jams.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you got some soft porn going on up here?
Our boy Coleon says, don't be surprised if the All-Star game is in Chicago, Boston, or Atlanta, Flage next year. Wody Matt says, that's the swimsuit edition. I seen Serena in it. It's acceptable. You guys is crazy. CJ says, and her dad isn't happy about that photo shoot. You seen him at games. Dude is intense.
Yeah. Her boyfriend is Jalen Suggs. So.
Word.
Yeah.
So she would love to. Oh, damn, Orlando don't got a team. Wody Max says, hell, I think Brittany Griner did a swimsuit edition too. Okay, that's more your vibe, Wody? Brittany Griner.
No, she definitely did a swimsuit.
But yeah,
go ahead.
Now, we're just gonna say to your point though, Nate. When Angel does something like this, it's trashy. When somebody else does it, it's classy, right? We seen it a few months ago with Sophie Cunningham when she did her photo shoot, and now Hailey Van Lith. Now, if you ask me, Brooklyn ladies, I think all these ladies is beautiful, and I think they should be able to show off their beauty however they want. And I think these creepy ass men that's talking about, if it was my daughter, my daughter or my wife, well, they not your daughters or your wives, so
Exactly.
relax. You get what I'm saying? Like, and just because, and this is just being outside. A lot of people not outside, and a lot of people don't really know how to talk to women and never been around women. Just because a woman dress provocative to go out to a club or whatever to have fun, don't mean anything about her character. Don't mean she's a hoe, and none of that. Girls like to role play. Girls like to have fun. Sometimes girls like to, feel. This is gonna sound crazy, but it's real talk. Some girls like to feel hoish, right? They want to live the lifestyle for fun, but they don't actually want to go through with it. Like they don't want to, right? It's role play. It's fun.
That's actually specifically. That's exactly right. They want to be
They
whores,
just
but
want
not be a whore. Yeah.
There you go. They want to have fun. And if you a guy and you understand the difference, and a perfect example is if you have a daughter or if you have a sister, you've seen it before. They done wore some shit that's like where they out with their friends and they having fun, but your sister is your sister or your whatever, your daughter. You understand that. So these guys that's like even Hailey Van Lith right here, she's beautiful woman, right? Showing a little shoulder, showing a little leg, cool. Doesn't mean that, right? Doesn't mean anything. That a lot of guys will take this and see these things and put their salacious thoughts out there. But we all know when it comes to Angel, she's the one that get attacked though. Angel is the one that's attacked when she does stuff like this. Everybody else could do it and it's cool. You know what I mean? They could get away with it. But that's our sister, and we understand that, it's our job to protect her from these clowns. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna stand up for her. But I'm here to say, listen, all these women are beautiful and they should be able to show their beauty without being attacked by creepy men who wants to put their creepy thoughts out there. You get what I'm saying? There ain't nobody having these thoughts but you.
Exactly.
y'all creepy asses.
Super creepy.
So, great point. Andre says, so Angel wasn't acceptable? Exactly. Well, CJ says, whoa, Wody. I don't know what Wody. Oh, he probably talking about the Brittany Griner stuff. Wody said, not my vibe, not my. Our boy
Hey, you brought it up.
You the one that said it. Well,
you brought it up. Well, nobody talking about Brittany Griner and her man boobs.
Fact. CJ says that wasn't exactly a swimsuit shot. Lisa B says Chicago just had the All-Star game in 22 or 23. I'll be surprised again so soon, but only if we're Bulls.
They did Vegas twice. They did Vegas 2 years in a row.
I think she's saying, but only if we're Bulls players available. I think it's gonna be New York. Honestly, I think they're gonna bring it to New York.
So you talking about the WNBA, right?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be New York or LA. Maybe
they decide. They go by popularity. So Indiana is the spot right now. So it's because they're expecting the Sky to suck, and that's why they're like, oh, give them Georgia A more. It's not gonna matter who they pick. So it's Chicago Sky come out busting out the gates, actually hit the first round and actually win a series, like the first round. I'm saying first round and actually competitive. The All-Star game will be there next year because they also then they get another lottery pick next year because the Sun is still gonna suck. So I can definitely see that. I can see them, going back to Chicago. Like, hey, let's go back to Chicago and actually do this right.
I'm not mad at that. I think it's gonna be LA though. New York or LA, probably more so LA, just because you want to put it with the popularity of the game right now. You want to put it somewhere where the stars want to be. So if you put it in LA, where the weather's nice and there's already stars out there, and people don't mind going to LA.
I say that because Chicago gets their facility that will be there next year.
And I'm not mad at Chicago. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Won't have a facility. LA still won't have a facility until 2027.
Yeah, but listen, LA, they go right to the Staples Center. I don't think the facility is gonna.
It's not the Staples Center. What is it? The crypto.
Crypto. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna stop them from doing LA. But
It
and then I say New York City because of it's New York City. You know what I mean? And it's New York City. But I'm not mad at Chicago. I'm not definitely Chicago is another big city. And definitely I can see them doing the All-Star game there. See, if y'all had a team if we had a team in Miami, that's another destination I can see them saying, let's do Miami.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You want to go to those destinations where people want to be, where people gonna be outside and people gonna have fun. So it might Atlanta might be a great destination for an All-Star game, actually. Right?
True.
So maybe Atlanta too. Hot Boy Coleon says, but what if I was the WNBA? I would wait until Juju's in the league for the arena for the All-Star.
Can't wait for that. We can't wait for that.
Yeah, I don't really understand his question. I think he's saying something because I know he's not talking about next year's All-Star game. So.
Yeah, he's talking about LA. He said he'll wait to have it in LA to have Juju.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm still not waiting on that. I don't understand y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all were GMs, y'all would put y'all.
Yeah, Andre's right. Angel Ben did Sports Illustrated. He's absolutely right. Mike Wiseman says we see that a lot on Halloween. Girls dress exactly, Mike. My point exactly. On Halloween, girls wear all kinds of sexy shit, and it's to have fun. And if you a dude and you mature, you understand. See, here's another thing, and this is where I'm gonna give a little game. When you understand women, and don't get it twisted, I'm not saying understand women. Women is difficult to understand. Women don't understand women. But when you understand why women do certain things they do, as a dude, it makes your job easier, right? Because you understand the assignment now. You get it. And women appreciate when dudes get it. What women don't like is when you come and you start assuming things and you start, when you start pressuring stuff and you start over, you know what I mean? Just relax and chill. You got to understand too, like with women want to have fun just like guys want to have fun. But women want to feel safe. And as long as you can make a woman feel safe, 9 times out of 10 she'll have fun with you. And judging a woman based off what she's wearing ain't making a woman feel safe, bro. Like, you got to understand that women like to have fun, right? Women like to have fun. Women like to be safe, and women want to have a good time. And if she's with a dude who understands that, then I'm going to be honest with you. You can't judge by the looks, because the one you think is a hoe is not. And the one that you think is a good girl, bruh,
it's superhead.
You get what I'm saying? Superhead. So it's like all this judging women based off what they wearing tells me you never been outside. You never been outside before. You really don't know what's going on out here. So with that said, man, let these women have fun, man, and just chill. You know what I mean? Wody Mac says, hold the presses. I type SI swimsuit models, and on the SI website, they got in ABC order. Angel did do it in 20. Yeah, Angel Ben did this shit. Yeah, multiple times though. Like, Angel just did it earlier this year. If that's SI I'm thinking about, I think it's sports. Yeah, she did shit. Well, you probably talking about swimsuit edition specifically. I don't think she did swimsuit edition earlier this year, but she did Sports Illustrated earlier this year. Hot Boy Coleon says, I would do one in Vancouver. That's crazy after the Sports Illustrated swimsuit talk, because in my mind I was like, what is he talking? You would do a swimsuit edition? I think you saying All-Star game. Yeah, okay.
Where's your mind at, Brooklyn? Okay. Where's your mind at?
No, because I just started, like, I'm reading his shit in real. I'm reading his comment in real time, right? And I just finished talking about swimsuit edition, and then I hear him say I would do one in Vancouver. I'm like, wait, what? What you trying to do in Vancouver? But I got you. You saying All-Star game? The All-Star game definitely gonna be in LA in 2028. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Alicia B says they had it in Connecticut for a few years in a row instead of New York or LA. Shaking my head. Hot Boy Coleon says Steve Ballmer gonna make a push for an All-Star game in a Intuit Dome in LA, so he could get a WNBA team. I would love for that. I would love for him to get a WNBA team. He's a great owner. So that if Steve Ballmer wants to be a WNBA owner, they need to make that happen. He's a great owner. Hot Boy Coleon says you have to be like water with women and go with the flow. This nigga over here speaking poetry now. I could tell you corny and real. Gotta be like water.
Yeah, that was corny. That was pretty corny.
The path of least resistance. Don't try to control.
That was pretty corny.
Poetry. Hot Boy Coleon says my uncle was a P. He told me that. Got you. Okay. Shout out to Unc. Wody Max says Brooklyn. I got to put you on some other channels and hear the convos people have on relationships. You might be entertained at some of the comments. Nah, I'm good. I don't listen. I do not like RIP to Kevin Samuels and all these other guys on the internet be trying to tell people about women. I hate they channels, bro. Like, as a grown man, you shouldn't need to hear another grown man talk about women, bro. Like, this and then a lot of times they be wrong. You could tell, like, a lot of these dudes be misogynistic. You feel me? And you could tell who's been. Another thing, a lot of these dudes been hurt before. You could tell who's been hurt before if you listen to them long enough. They done had that situation when they was 12 where a girl that they like played them, and they never let it go. And those dudes is the worst. Those are the dudes on the internet giving advice, because what they did was they built up their little self-esteem, and they built, they got their looks to where they think, and now what they do is try to come down on women. Like they try to get revenge on women now. I hate those dudes, bro. Hot Boy Coleon says All-Star game. Hello. Yeah, I got you, Hot Boy. Bring back the Monarchs. I like the Monarchs. Bring back the Monarchs. You saying Los Angeles Monarchs, but I thought they was the Sacramento Monarchs. Hot Boy says I'm a water treatment plant operator. That's why. Listen, you're not on trial. You're not on trial, Hot Boy. You don't gotta explain yourself.
Trying to prove his innocence.
You don't gotta explain yourself. Talk about I'm a water treatment plant operator. I hear you. Shout out to that. It sounds like something we need. So thank you. It sounds like some shit we need. Oh shit.
Dude.
That's funny. Let me get into my next topic. So my next topic, we actually gonna congratulate UConn. We're gonna congratulate UConn for winning the national title. You feel me? Gino Auriemma's 12th title. Sarah Strong is spoiled, right?
Yeah, she's spoiled.
Sarah Strong she just came into college and just won a natty. Just went to the Final Four. So she don't know what losing is like right now, and shout out to her. And AZ, this is perfect for AZ, right? This moment right here, having a journey that she had thus far. So to win, the high she's probably on is probably like, and then she's looking forward to repeating and doing it again with Sarah Strong, and however they retool that UConn team. So yeah, Nate, what do you think? How you think that UConn team is gonna look next year? Right? You think with KK Arnold? Think they're gonna have KK Arnold? AZ at the 2?
Yeah. So it depends on what else they get from the bench, because I know they still have some injured players, so they'll still be deep. Yeah. Like they have some injured players that just didn't play. They were also pretty good, so they still gonna be pretty good. But it's who they have at the point. If they don't have, they can't replace Paige Beckers. So, but they'll still have a good team. I think they'll still be probably Elite 8. But Dawn is like trying to assemble the Avengers, man. Dawn heard Gino talking trash, about, you know what I'm saying, up in statues and at the one championship you get a statue and talk to, oh, she like, oh, for real? She like, oh, okay. So she got Tanaya Lawson. It's just only if she uses them well. Like she can't go with the same game plan and use them like Zoe said, use her like she using a Pow Pow. Tanaya Lawson isn't Pow Pow. Tanaya Lawson is a, you know what I'm saying, is a little bucket getter. So I know Tanaya wants to win. She like, man, look, I've been scoring all, you know what I'm saying, 3 years. I want to win. So at the same time, you still got to use her right. So if Dawn uses her right, and I think she's getting some more size and some legit bigs and like learn how to play with the bigs, South Carolina, ain't no stopping South Carolina, man. It's not. But if she's gonna be able to work, make sure it's like, hey, look, for Wally, you know what I'm saying? This is what we doing, because you can't start her. So Wally is a bench player. I'm sorry. She's an energy player. She coming off the bench. She's a 6-man. I don't agree with Zoe that much, but I agree with him on this. Wally is not a starter. I am sorry. She is not. Especially if you got Tanaya Lawson coming. Because who is it? That's Raven, Tanaya Lawson at the 2, and Tess at the 3, and you got Chloe and Joyce. That's you know what I'm saying? That's your star lineup. So, but for UConn, they'll be good.
Yeah, I agree with that. Only thing I will say, I won't say that Malaysia is not a starter. I don't think she could start on this team.
Not on this team. Yeah, not on this team.
Yeah, with the lineup they have, but I do think that she got a decision now. Now she's either gonna buy into the 6-woman role and stay in South Carolina, or she got to go someplace else and show that she could do more. Because I do believe she could start. But just like you said, not with this lineup.
Yeah, not with the squad. Yeah, especially you got Tanaya Lawson coming. There's no way she's starting with Tanaya Lawson coming.
Facts. Hot Boy Coleon says, moved them to LA. They was in Sacramento, talking about the Monarchs. Hot Boy Coleon also says, is she the face of women's college basketball going forward? When you say she, who do you mean she? I think that Sarah Strong is going to become the face. Sarah Strong and Juju Watkins are the faces of women's college basketball right now. Brian Allen Hines says, Brooklyn, you have 501 subscribers. Isn't that enough for YouTube monetization for your channel? Yes, it is. So thank you for everybody who subscribed to the channel today.
Congrats.
Thank you, Brody. Thank you. Thanks for everybody who subscribed to the channel today. But continue to subscribe, man. I'm hitting the ground running. The new goal is 1K. 1K.
Let's go.
Let's try to get this to 1K subscribers. Right. I'm not 600 something. No, 1K. That's the goal. So but I'm gonna work. I'm not in no rush to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and be worried about how quickly it happens. Hopefully it happens quick. I'm gonna put in the work. We're gonna talk about content. You know what I mean? We got the Wnba draft right around the corner, right? And then we got training camp. And then we got the games, and you know, I'm gonna be putting in that work together. Like I said, this is a community. I appreciate you guys. Alyssa B, you already know I appreciate you. Right, Alisa, she been with me since the beginning, and she's been she knows her stuff. She be in that chat, man, spitting out, confused about something. Don't ask me, ask Alicia. She knows what's going on. Get what I'm saying? Alicia knows. Ask her. But all of you guys, like I said, not every one of you guys, I appreciate you guys, man. I know, put it to you like this. I notice who subscribe to me and who don't. Like I notice, we all in the same community. I could see when you got when certain guys is in certain channels, and I'm like, okay, they could have subscribed to my channel, they didn't. So I could understand, you know, I see it. But I'm not mad at that either. That don't bother me when somebody doesn't subscribe to me. Because I want to build community. And that's what I said. Like I was, of course I want as a goal, and I wanted to be monetized, but it wasn't something I was gonna like beat myself up over, because I want people that come to my channel to like my channel. I want to be there for me, not just for women's basketball. I want you to be there for the content that I'm providing. I want you to be there for my personality. I want you to be here because you want to be here. I want you to be here because you enjoy this community that we building here. I don't want people to be here just to be here. So that's why I'm not worried about the people who don't subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, don't. That's cool. There's more people on the internet. I want the people who want to be here to be here. So the people that's all here, I appreciate you guys for real. Definitely appreciate you guys. With that said, though, we on our road to 1K though. So let's build this community up. Let's keep building this community organically. I'm cool with doing it the right way, because I could do the clickbaity stuff and get followers quickly. I could do all the stuff everybody else. You know what? Some stuff I don't respect. I hate content creators that don't put out no content. Like, y'all seen this before. The next video on X content creators Wnba, Angel tweeted this. Let's talk about this tweet. And it's like, yo, dog, create a video. Like, you just making you just doing anything that happens just to say, so you can put a video out. How about you put something out with some thought into it? How about you put something out that's entertaining? How about you put something out that's you giving no pun intended, you giving perspective on something. They don't do, like, a lot of these content creators just be looking. They can't wait for, oh my God, Caitlyn did this, or Caitlyn was with David Letterman. But Caitlyn, I was like, yo, dog, like, there's no talent. You're not showing me no talent. You feel me? So, like, when I try to put out videos, I try to, like, at least put something together. You know what I mean? So, but when I do that, it takes me longer to grow than a person that's just gonna do the whatever just to put a video out. You get what I'm saying? Because they just jumping on a trend, whatever trend is popping. Like, for instance, how many Caitlin Clark videos you seen put out about that video interview with her and Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi? You starting to see that all over the internet. That interview was boring as hell, bro. Shout out to Caitlin. Like y'all already know, I'm an honest person. So I'm gonna say what a person is good at, what they bad at. Caitlin is wonderful for the game of basketball. She's wonderful as a role model. She's wonderful on the court. She's wonderful for what she do for young women, motivating these kids. She's not the most exciting person in the world. That interview was boring as hell. You get what I'm saying? But people was like trying to clip it up and make it interesting. It's like they trying to force it. They trying to force interest into it, and I just set away from it. I was thinking about doing it. I might still do it. I was thinking about doing just to have some Caitlin Clark content, because I like to also show her love on my channel. So I was thinking about doing it, but it's boring, so it's difficult for me to do it. Yeah, it's difficult for me to do. Is not what I'm not what I don't find interesting. So Hot Boy Coleon says that's what I've been saying about Malaysia. She's gonna be a bench player moving forward in her career in a W. See, I don't think so. I think she got star potential. She got star potential. But again, I don't know if she ever gonna tap into that. But then again, it was a player in the NBA called Manu Ginobili that had his whole career on the bench and won championships. So maybe she could go maybe she could go be somebody's Manu Ginobili. Yeah, Sarah Strong is definitely her, and Juju, I think, is the faces of college basketball right now. Hot Boy Coleon, that freshman has a chance to be the face because of her demographic. Aaliyah Chavez from Oklahoma. Aaliyah Chavez, she would have. It depends on her play. If she come out and play next year like Sarah Strong played this year, she'll put her face as one of the faces in college as well. So it really depends on her play. But she got all the tools to be to insert herself in that conversation. Hot Boy Coleon says the mainstream media is kind of doing the same thing, covering the WNBA, being lazy with their content. Yeah, you could tell lazy content creators. Like, it's like, come on, dog. Like, so. Hot Boy Coleon says exactly. That's why I just set my alarm on my calendar for the start of the WNBA season. I want to watch Caitlin play, not talk. That's funny. Caitlin is definitely amazing to watch play, though. I mean, it's definitely fun to watch play, and we got to definitely see how she, how her team, how they gel this season, because that's going to be a question mark. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's not going to be a seamless transition. They got too many good players, and not enough role players. So they got to figure out which of their good players is going to fall into roles and become role players. So that's going to take some time, right? You got players that's used to being go-to players on their team. So now those go-to players are going to have to learn how to fall into a role, right? So maybe Stephanie White already figured that out for them behind the scenes, but we're going to have to see. Natasha CJ says Natasha Howard is the difference maker this year. I think Natasha Howard is going to have to be the biggest. She's going to have to make the biggest sacrifice. And if she does that, she'll be fine. All right, so let's get into another topic. So, my question to you guys is this. Do you think the South Carolina Gamecocks got the right type of media attention beating Caitlin Clark in Iowa and the Hawkeyes last year?
No, not even close.
How you see UConn getting the media attention this year, right? It seemed like they kind of brushed over South Carolina's win last year because that's not the result they wanted, right? This is the result they want because you sending Paige Beckers in the WNBA with the title, right? And last year they kind of didn't get the result they want. So now, is there a difference in the coverage of the national champion, right? Because I feel like South Carolina, it was like, oh yeah, they won, and then it was kind of over really quick. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's crazy. They didn't get enough. I mean, because this is like you said, this is the result they wanted. They wanted Dawn to lose. They wanted the Thugs to lose. You know what I'm saying? Basically, a team that's all African American, all black, besides Chloe. But we really clearly classify her as black. But led by mostly, actually, UConn they's led by Paige, who is Caucasian. So yeah, they wanted Dawn to lose. This is what they wanted. And the media attention they getting, like, I see UConn everywhere, like all these videos, and they made whole themes. I ain't see none of this for South Carolina. None of it. Oh, South Carolina beat Iowa. But, then they switched to Iowa and Caitlin Clark on Saturday Night Live. Like, I've never seen losers treated like they won something.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was definitely a big difference.
A hot boy Colin Leon says, not at all. That's why I think Don is on a revenge tour and definitely disrespect Gino back.
Oh,
I think Don too classy to disrespect Gino back, but yeah, she's definitely
disrespect him back by taking the title.
Right. CJ says, in my opinion, the media is going to cover the hype. At South Carolina, with half full stadiums, they just didn't get the coverage. Got you.
I guess. I mean, last my check, South Carolina was sold out every game. Over the road, I mean, it's different, but their home games was always sold out. Every game.
My boy Colin Young says, and plus the start of South Carolina is Dawn Staley. All her players are not getting the shine because they play in a system that doesn't let them put up monster stats. Listen,
That too.
anybody who hate on Dawn Staley and don't think that she should get the shine she deserves, her biggest flex is Asia Wilson. Like, I put Asia Wilson in the league. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a flex, though. Yeah. I will stick by the fact that I still don't think Raven should have came out. I mean, Raven should have stayed. I think. I mean, what we were saying is that she should have came out. But I think if they had a won, she was gonna come out. But now she's like, "Oh, I lost, so I want to come back and leave as a champion." But I think she should have came out because it's not doing enough for your draft stock.
I think I still stand on what we were saying about basketball from a basketball point of view, but I think from a business side, it makes sense for her to stay in. I think any player who has another year of eligibility should stay. Like, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. One, you're gonna make the type of money that you could make in college, right? So you don't need the WNBA's check. And then two, if you wait till next year, you're gonna get a way bigger check. So why come out this year and be stuck for 4 years with an outdated check? So if you have another year of eligibility, anybody stay. Now, from a basketball point to what we were saying, Nate, I do agree. I don't think it's nothing else for her in college from a basketball standpoint. But from a business standpoint, it makes sense.
So I'll say this: you're saying from a business standpoint, but I think it would have been better to come out in this draft because next year may be even deeper because of the people that stayed. And if your game looks even worse, you're not even gonna get that check. You know what I'm saying? If you disappear to the background, where you got Sanaya Lawson on that squad and Tessa and all of them are flourishing. What you going third round and then training camp and then getting cut? So unless she actually works on her game of actually looking at the rim. Like we know basketball. We know she'll be a good prospect and a good point guard if she actually gets the chance. But it's the fact, you got to tell the scouts and the GMs that's actually picking these people, picking the players. Hey, you know what I'm saying? What do you think she looks like? So, it's a what have you done for me lately league. They're not gonna go all the way back to high school when she got in college. When she, destroyed Caitlin in the championship game, they probably look at that, but they'll be like, but what did she do offensively? Because in a W, if you can't carry some kind of threat offensively, then you're a liability.
Facts. That's a good point. I do agree with that. Where was that? I think I was here.
So maybe having Tanaya Lawson there will actually help her. So I hope that
they played in high school together too, so they got a connection. CJ says sold out doesn't mean butts and seats. I think he meant butts in the seats.
Butts are in the seats. But I've literally watched the games. They're butts in the seats every game, every home game. I don't know about whole road games, some, but not many. But the home games are always sold out. Butts in seats. I ain't talking about tickets. I'm talking about people in the crowd.
He says, I wash. I think he said, I think he meant to say watch. I wash up most of South Carolina games. I think he was trying to say, I watched most of South Carolina games
but not all
this season, and there were a lot of empty seats.
Not home games. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Home games, it was always packed.
CJ says, but it was like that around the country, not just South Carolina. CJ says, I agree 100%. It makes no sense for anyone to come out until the CBA is negotiated unless they are a lottery pick and have endorsements lined up. Hot Boy Coleon says, I think if South Carolina wins next year, Tania Lonson will get the media coverage they've been looking. Nah, that's a fact. She's in the right. So she only reason why she hasn't gotten the media coverage is because she played in Florida State. Now that she's on South Carolina, all that's about to change. It's all about to change because she is as advertised, right? In fact, I'm happy my brother Nate here because I want to ask him now. Now that Tania Lonson is on South Carolina and she's about to be in, she's about to play in the SEC, right? Oh yeah, and she's about to get coached by Dawn, and she's right. So that's competition that she's about to get. How do you feel about Tania Lonson now as a product? With the position, I'm saying like with the position she's in now, right? Like before she was in Florida State, she was on a losing team, so it could have been empty stats. So with what she about to do now, right? Do you feel like what's she about to be prepared for makes you more comfortable to like see her now? You know what I mean? Because now she's gonna be on a team where winning is priority, right? Winning is priority. You getting coached,
and it's actually scouting tape on her, and they'll go by the scouting tape. Right. Yeah, I want to see how she responds to the SEC,
right?
Because this when you playing for South Carolina, everybody coming for you. So if you go from 23 points a game, like she's been averaging in the first 3 years of her career, down to 15, that's a problem there.
Well, it depends on what happens to that 15. Like, if she's sharing the ball more, like, in other words, if her assist goes up, you can't really be mad. You get what I'm saying? It depends on how it is. If it goes from 23 to 15 and you just less productive, that's one thing. But if it goes from 23 to 15 and that production goes someplace else, that's another thing.
Yeah. Y'all go with that. If it's like 15 and like 9, 10 assists, that's different.
Because look, on that team, right, where it was just her as the main scorer, she probably need to put up those types of points, right? But on South Carolina, maybe she could put up, and I'm just throwing numbers out there, maybe she could put up 5 less points, right? But her defense now is really more important than her offense. You get what I'm saying? Maybe she's out there and she's defending and she's doing these other things on the floor. Scoring, I don't need to score as much no more because I got other people now around me that's going to score the ball.
That can score, right? True.
If her points come down, I'm not going to be mad if she's still productive, on the team.
Yeah, because you go in the South. I'm pretty sure Dawn told her this is a team system, and you come here, you're going to come here to win, and you got to come and play defense. So I'm pretty sure she like, well, I've been scoring all 3 years and I want to win. So I'm pretty sure she want to come prove something. So
facts.
I'm pretty sure she know all of that. So she's like, look, I'm coming here to prove a point to me and shut me up. Saying people like me up too that she can't do it and she needs to play defense and she got a lot of defense.
But listen, Nate, that's why we do this, right? If you have a take, you don't hate Tania Lonson. So if you have a take critiquing her, she got 2 options. One, either shut you up and make you say, okay, I respect what you did because you're making me change my mind, or she gonna prove you right. And I would prefer a player to shut me up. Like, you know what I mean? I don't look forward to saying a girl is not good. Like, I'm just saying what my eyes see. Right.
Yeah.
But if I say a girl is not good and she come out and gets better, I want that. I don't want her to get worse. I want her to get better. Show me that, make me respect you.
So I actually hope she does really good. I hope she goes. I'll say I'm hoping for this stat line. I'll say 17.6 points, like 8 assists, like maybe 4 rebounds, grabbing some rebounds, and like a point 0.8 steal, 0.8 block.
I agree with everything you said. I'm gonna just say because she's gonna be out there with Raven, it's gonna be difficult to get the 8 assists unless Raven is giving her the ball. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe she'll get half of that. Maybe half of that 8. But if she was the primary ball handler, I'd be with you. But it's gonna be hard.
I can also see some games where Dawn plays Tania and Hailey together because she can play some point. So she does some like, I'm finna go all speed and have Tania and Hailey out there together. because you got Fawali and Sinai out there. It's like, hey, pick them apart, and you got them running down court, passing the ball to each other. You know, it's like, hey, who you gonna jump out on?
I agree with you with the lineup. I don't know if they start together, but I could see her playing that lineup.
No. I'm not saying start together. Like, no, I'm not saying it's not starting the floor, but you got Fawali come in like, hey,
him out there. Yeah, I could see that. That's what I said earlier. So we agree. I said that earlier before you got on. Pause. I said that I think that it's gonna be Raven Johnson, Tanaya Lotson, Fawali, 3-guard rotation. I think that's going to be the rotation for when one of them got to sit. She's just going to bring Fawali in. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with that.
Yeah.
CJ says, and this is for you, Nate. CJ says, what is Nate's opinion on Notre Dame next season?
Oh, they going. Hey, they better hit the portal bad. They better hit that portal bad. That's what. I mean, Notre Dame will still be good. They'll be Sweet 16 good. That's it. Sweet 16.
Funny? Of course, I don't think this is gonna happen. But I was thinking about this earlier today because I'm thinking about that. I'm like, damn, who the fuck plays with Hannah? So I said, you don't know if I'm Fawali.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? You can't hear me. I'll wait till he come back because I don't want to repeat it. Hot Boy Coleon says, why did they do my dog Hannah like that? Everybody left. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody didn't leave. Some people they got, they aged out, right? Some people was going to the draft, and then in Olivia Miles' case, she been there 5 years. She want a new, she want to try something new before she go to the NBA, to the WNBA draft. I understand that. So it is what it is. Hannah, it's time for Hannah to become a leader now. Now, players got to come in. They got to have a good recruiting class, and they got to get some stuff out of this portal, which I think I already saw Neo Ivy talking to some woman, some girl out the portal. I forgot what team she came from, white girl, and she was saying like, "Yo, I want to come here to win." So they already got something out of the portal, right? If that was a reason, sometimes you see old videos. I think that was a recent video I saw. So they just got to rebuild. They got to rebuild, and they be all right. All right, let's jump into my next topic. Wait, Nate is back. Nate is back. You can hear me, Nate?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. I was even working.
Nah, you good. So what I was saying was, I don't think this is gonna happen. I think Fawali stays in South Carolina. But I was saying, yo, if Fawali want to start and she looking at places around the country to go to, I think Notre Dame could be an interesting spot. That'd be kind of what you just said with the Tanaya Lotson, Fawali lineup with Hannah Hidalgo and Fawali, right? And I was like, that'd be an interesting backcourt, because what will have to happen now is that backcourt will have to allow Hannah to be the point guard, and that backcourt would allow for Fawali to work on her catch and shoot, right? Because we already know both of them could drive. Both of them is two of the best drivers in the country.
They took me to a different stream. That was crazy. It took me to a different stream that was ended. That was crazy.
Did you hear anything I said, or I got to say that over?
You said I don't think. Now it cut off.
Got you. All right, so I'll say it over. So I don't think Fawali leaves South Carolina is what I said. Right. I think she stays in South Carolina, but I said what I was thinking earlier was if she did leave, I think, and she was looking around the country or where to go, I think Notre Dame would be a good spot for her, right? Because I was thinking about that backcourt, right? That Notre Dame could have possibly had, and it's kind of similar to what you just said about Tanaya Lotson and Fawali playing together sometimes. That would have been a similar type of backcourt in Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
And in that backcourt, because Hannah is 5'6", I would have had the ball in Hannah's hands as the main point guard, and I would have allowed Fawali to work on her catch and shoot game, right? Because we already know both of them is two of the best drivers in the country. They both could drive and finish at the rim easy. So you want them both to develop at where they might be weak at. And where they might be weak at is with Hannah being a primary point guard, making decisions that she want to grow in that area because she's going to have to do that in a W. And then with for Wally, she wants to grow in being a shooter, right? Because we already know she could drive and get to the basket. So she wants to. So they could grow in that aspect, have a dynamic backcourt, build around that, you know what I mean, get them a big center, somebody that could contend with the bets, you know, get them a solid shooter, defender at the 3, and get them a solid power forward. That's a team now that could maybe make some noise, especially you know I like Coach Ivy. I like the I like her coaching, right? So I feel like that's a team that. And that they will have the talent and the mentality to beat some of these other teams. So again, that was a thought I had earlier, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I said, I think Fawali stays in South Carolina, but I thought that'd have been an interesting place for her.
I mean, she's pretty upset. She said she's gonna do what's best for her, and what's best for her maybe the league. Because I mean, you know what? That I didn't even think about that because. You also got to think because Fawali is a 2. She's trying to fly off the court and shoot it and drive it. And also they both sophomores going to be juniors. So they're going to be there the same amount of time as well. So they both have 2 years left.
Yep. And they both have the ability to get 30, right? So it's like, for instance, that last game that we saw Hannah play that you know, she missed all those shots. Sometimes it's not your night. Right.
Yeah.
But if you got a Fawali on your team and it's her night, you saved. Right. You good. And there's gonna be times where it's not Fawali night and Hannah's gonna be able to go get her 30. You get what I'm saying? And they're gonna have to figure it out together like that. So I don't know. I thought that was a good idea, but you know, I also think it's a good idea for you know, because at the end of the day, you're making decisions for your career. So I also think it's a good idea for Fawali to stay in South Carolina. Be that 6th woman, come off the bench and win championships, right? Like sometimes you just gotta be a team player and say, all right, bet I play my role and I win championships. So that's also a good idea. I'm not mad at that. But I do think Fawali could do more. I feel like she has more to her game and people won't see it until she actually has a chance to show it. So she might not have that chance until she get drafted to the WNBA.
Yeah, and it's also the question is, will Noelle Ivy let her do that? Because, you know, I think Olivia got a lot more in her bag that she wasn't able to show because Hannah wanted the ball. You know, because you got 2 point guards. You got to have a point guard, 2 guard. You know, the 2 point guard thing don't really work until, you know, it works until it don't. You know, like, all right, look, I want the ball. Well, I'm the point guard. Well, I'm the point guard today. So you need an actual point guard, 2 guard. Because that point guard, man, it don't work. That's why I was like, why would she go to Seattle? They can run 2 point guard. That don't work, man. That don't make sense. You gotta make it make sense.
Right.
You know. So that's why I think that was another thing that she didn't want to go to Seattle or Washington. You know. So.
Right. And to your point, TCU is a perfect place for her to go. Have the ball in her hands because she said, I was watching one of her lives. She said, yo, they run a lot of pick and roll. And she said, I thrive in a pick and roll. So she want to run. She want a high pick and roll offense. She just want to run pick and roll and make decisions and have fun and grow. So she's excited about that.
And that's also what they do in the W. You know what I'm saying? Because the team, you're going to run that pick and roll. Because I figured that because, you know, Hailey, that's what you got Hailey stock up. She's running that pick and roll. Because all you need that right big, hey, set that pick, boom. You're either going to come up, you're going to hit that screen, you're going to hit, off in the bus, step back and hit the screen real quick. So, that would do well for her. Because, you know, Papa was going to go to TCU until Don called. You know, because I remember Papa was like, she's going to transfer to TCU out of Oregon until she got a call like, hey, Don want to talk to you. She's like, Don Staley? So the guy's a good recruiter. You know how to, you know what I'm saying, work with guards. So, I mean, it makes sense. So she's probably also looking at the draft. You know, I think that's why Jeff and from the Sparks look like geniuses now. They probably already heard. It was like, hey, she's not coming out. So
I just thought about this. Talia, I think her name is Talia Scott. If I'm not mistaken, she also went to TCU to play with Olivia and Miles. Let me see if I can.
Oh, she went there too. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So they have a decent team. TCU gonna have a decent team, and if she pushes them to the Final Four, with you know what I'm saying? Because Sedona Prince is gone. So they people like, oh, she got one more year. No, she's out. She's gonna be 26. She's out of eligibility. She is not coming back for another year. TCU might be. They're gonna be dangerous, man. You got Olivia Miles doing pick and roll, and I think another thing she wants to prove that she can play in the half court, like just like in the W, because in the W it's gonna be half court, half. You know what I'm saying? Playing the half court.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him. It's all good. I'm gonna hold it down. I think I got some. Let me see. I got some. Hot Boy Coleon says. Hot Boy Coleon. It's all good. It's all good. Hold on. Remember your thought. Let me get through these comments real quick. Hot Boy Coleon says, "Why did they do my dog?" Oh, I read that one already. And then he says, "I'm trying to see where Keomi McMillan is." Yeah, that's another one. Keomi McMillan. I think she should go to LSU. They need a point guard. Why not go to LSU? Get it, Nate. Keep going.
Oh yeah, she wants to play in a half court system to prove that she can play in the W. You know, that works, because if you can't play like you want to play, and your coach is steady saying, hey, you need to know, you probably hearing from GMs and scouts like, hey, you need to, you're not gonna be able to do that as much in the W. You're playing against pros. You know, they've seen all that flash pass, and they're gonna work like that, maybe here and there, but not every night. You need to learn to play in the half court system. And I'm pretty sure that guy, he let her know, like, I can get you to play in the half court system. And look what he did with 5'7" Hailey. Why did they got her listed at 5'9"? Hailey is 5'7", y'all. 5'7" with the right shoe. Like, stop. She's not 5'9". They trying to put the stop. But if she can take it to Elite Eight, then I think she just pretty much went there also for the bag, for the money. They do pay well, but also to learn how to actually be a point guard. So, because look what he did for Hailey. Like, she had a triple-double. She had 12 assists. She had a couple 12, 13 assist games. So, I think she, which is crazy because Olivia's leaving guard university, what they call it, but it's already a point guard there. Hannah's going to be there another 2 years. So, she like, look, I want to make sure the ball's in my hand, and everybody know I'm the point guard. I'm not a shooting guard. I'm a point guard. So, I want to run my team. So I don't think it had any big. She just want to run her team.
Oh shoot! Gianna Neepkins, one of the snipers in the country, scheduled 4 visits, and on one of them got me excited. One of them I actually mentioned. I said she should do the other night, but one of them got me excited. The one that got me excited is South Carolina.
Gianna interview with South Carolina. Oh snap!
Gianna got a scheduled visit for South Carolina. Okay. She also got a scheduled visit for Oklahoma. That means she might be pairing up with Aaliyah Chavez. The team that I called and I said they need to be looking out for a player like a Gianna Neepkins is Texas. Texas don't shoot no threes, so she'll fit right in and have a role right there in Texas. And then UCLA is the other team. I'm not that excited about UCLA, but those are all 4 good teams. South Carolina, I'm excited about if she goes there. Texas, she'll fit in well. Oklahoma, it'd be a nice piece to add with Aaliyah Chavez. And UCLA is UCLA, and we know they're going to be a factor again next year. So that'd be another good team for. So.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, she get with South Carolina, man. That's ooh-wee.
Yeah.
No, they definitely going back to the championship. You get a sniper and Tanaya Loftus. That means, hey, Neepkins starting there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's and because look, I said it early in the broadcast. I said that South Carolina And we could talk about it now because I really ain't get into it. But that South Carolina lineup ain't complete. And one of the question marks is that small forward position. And I would love to see Gianna Neekins play there because I want to see her play defense. I know what she could do offensively. I don't know what she could do defensively. So I want to see what she could do defensively. But good night, CJ. Good night, CJ. But yeah, so I'm excited about that one for.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty nice, man. That'd be something to see.
Let me see. CJ says, "Don't know who that Nate guy is, but he's good. He's a good addition to the live stream." If he has a YouTube channel, please. If he has a YouTube channel, please post it. Hey, if y'all know one of my moderators, if y'all know Nate's YouTube channel, post a YouTube channel. He's gonna have his own page soon called In My Opinion. So I don't. Yeah. He's held up with that, but as soon as he create that, me and him collaborate. Yeah, we collaborate a lot. So you hear him on my platform. CJ says, good night, gentlemen. Great content as always, bro. Appreciate you, CJ. Hot boy Coleon says, because Michaela Williams likes the ball in her hands to do pick and roll. Listen, you can have two people to do pick and roll on your team. So again, we seen that LSU team without a point guard last year or without good point guards. It doesn't work. They need a point guard. Keomi McMillan might be the best one left. I actually my favorite place for Keomi McMillan to go is USC, is because once Juju get healthy again, I would love to see her and Juju together. But LSU is another good fit. And listen, Juju probably won't be ready next year, so she could go to LSU for a year and then hop in the portal because this is the new college, right? Hop in the portal and go to USC when Juju is healthy. So in 2 years, so.
I now that I know about Neekins, man, I want her to go to South Carolina, man. Just because.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Either my two places for her would be South Carolina or Texas, but my pick would be South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah.
Go to South Carolina. Man.
Yeah, don't go to Texas.
I would love to see Texas too. Only I know it's a rival, but only because they need what she provides. Like they need that because Texas is hard to watch because they don't shoot no threes. Like so, if not her, somebody else that can shoot threes, go to Texas, man. Get them some 3-point shooting because I don't want to see another year of them fucking shooting 100 mid ranges.
Yeah, Texas is boring. I'll give you that. Texas is definitely boring.
What's the latest with the best available Ohio State transfer, Cody how y'all say her name? I always say McMahon because that's how it's spelled. But y'all said it's McMahon. One program is clear front runner according to multiple sources. Oh, they don't want to say who, huh? They just want to say one program. All right, so we'll see. I know she was trying to go to LSU, so maybe that's the program.
Who was?
Cody McMahon.
She was trying to go to LSU? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's trying to go to LSU. That's what I heard.
You don't put your hands on me, McMahon?
Yep. Let's see. Tennessee, St. John's, and NFU are no longer in the mix with Rutgers transfer. Okay, so she's down to 2. Tennessee and Auburn. I think she's going to Tennessee. Oh, Houston. Oh, Houston and USF is also in the mix. I think she's going to Tennessee. Keomi McMillan.
Oh, okay.
But I would go to LSU. I would go to LSU. They asking her to come to Houston though. But yeah, getting back to South Carolina though. South Carolina, Raven Johnson is gonna be their starting point guard. Tanaya Lotson is gonna be their starting shooting guard. Possibly
Gianna Neekins be serious.
Possibly Gianna Neekins could be their starting small forward. And Joyce Edwards is going to be their starting power forward. So now they got to figure out the center position. I think somebody told me not too long ago. I forgot who.
Kid's going to be the 4 and Joyce will be the 5.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either, but
that's the problem.
That's starting since the sophomore year.
Now that's the problem. They're gonna have to figure that out because Joyce Edwards has to start now, and they're gonna have to. To me, they're gonna have to get somebody again that's tall enough to contend with a Lauren Betts, right? And I heard somebody say, I forgot who, that they have some McDonald's All-Americans coming in. That's really good. So I don't know if one of them is a tall player. But they're gonna have to.
They had 6'5" Samaya Walker, but she didn't play.
Yeah, and I think she just left. She just entered the portal too.
Yeah, she hit the portal. Yeah.
So, I mean, to your point, they could start Kits and Joyce, but they just gonna have to play bigger than themselves. Then they're gonna have to play against players that's bigger than them, and I don't like that. Even UConn had to put in an Alfie, right? Because early in the year, Alfie was coming off the bench, and they had Sarah Strong starting at that 5, and they still play Sarah Strong at the 5, but they play it in spurts now. Alfie starts because you just need a big body to play against another big body. We've seen it with Minnesota and the Liberty, right? With Jonquel Jones. Sometimes you just need a big body to play against another big body. So I think Chloe Kitts is going to have to hit that bench, especially now that because I was saying, do you play Chloe Kitts at the 3 before? Right? Then play her off the bench. But if they go get Gianna Neekins, Chloe Kitts is going to have to come off the bench with Fuwali. Because Joyce Edwards got to start. I don't care nothing. Joyce Edwards is a point forward. Like, I like her game. Like, she's a point forward for real.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I mean, her and Sarah Strong are very similar. Yeah, so you can get Joyce in the gym like, hey, look, you're gonna be shooting this year. You're gonna be shooting all this week. You develop her jumper. Like, we're gonna work on the rest of this stuff, but we want you to develop a jumper. You're gonna be shooting all this week. 5 jumpers a day. Make sure you get consistent to the point where you get the ball. It's money. Like, cause you saw what they did when they put Sarah Strong at the 5, because they had it at the 4. Because of all best. Then they moved it to the 5, set Alfie down, and started stretching the floor. But when they was doing that pick and roll, she thought Sarah, when she tried to run to the hole, Laura went to the hole, Sarah stayed at the 3-point line, wide open, bucket, wide open again, bucket. I'm like, you gonna stop rotating? But that was bad defense. Because it's like, I'm gonna go to the hole because I gotta stay it up in the paint in case they 3 is more than 2. Okay? That's your fault you can't move your feet. You gotta switch. And then when the man was switching, they was coming too late, wide open again. Or then they was follow the shooter. 2 people following Hazy, leave it wide open again. But I was surprised that they gave most outstanding player to Hazy foot. I was shocked. I thought but I'm glad they gave it to Hazy foot.
Breaking up. Nate.
Can you hear me?
Nah, you sound like a computer.
No, I'm passing these trees. That's why I'm all keep focused good.
But TCU, like I said, lands to Leah Parker from Texas A&M to go play along with Olivia Miles and Kylie. I can't think of her name. Kylie Watson. And I did see somewhere, I forgot where, that Notre Dame, I think I got a video of it. Let's see. I think Notre Dame does have a recruit Let's see if I can find it. Okay, maybe I don't have a video. Thought I did. Yeah, I don't have
Switch.
it. All right.
Switch phones.
Yeah, which I fell asleep on me. I see y'all still watching me. I think they enjoying our conversation, Nate. They try to enjoying the conversation because they still watching, but they not talking. So I think they just enjoying the conversation. I feel you. Soothing. 12 o'clock. A lot of y'all probably got work in the morning. Y'all laying down, relaxing. I feel you. Listen, man. I'm gonna wrap this show up though. We've been here 2 minutes, 2 hours, 40 minutes. Another great show, another great live. Y'all got me over 500 tonight. This is the 500 live. We celebrating over 500 subscribers. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, if you ain't like the channel, like the channel. If you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, man. It's a safe place for all fan bases, all my Caitlin Clark fans, all my Angel Reese fans, all my Asia Wilson fans, all my Nafisa Kalia fans, you know, all my Paige Beckers fans. Appreciate all you guys. I'm your host, Brooklyn Natives. My brother Nate, I appreciate my brother Nate coming to talk basketball with me. CJ dropped $200 in my Cash App. Was not expecting that, but I appreciate that. Thank you, CJ, once again. Shout out to CJ. Great show. Holla at me in the comments about any of these topics I went over. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks coverage of their national championship versus UConn's coverage. Tell me if you think it was a difference in the coverage. What else we talked about? What else we talked about today? Nate is back. Y'all. Nate, you want to get the people any last words?
The Sky do not want small point guards. So I'm going to need you people to actually do your job and actually scout and stop just copying off what somebody else does. Georgia A. Moore. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say this is what you do, because you know your channel coming soon. Tell people a little bit about when you think your channel will be ready, all right? Because you get home at this time, so like when I'm wrapping up, it's about to be time for In My Opinion with Nate, and they still want to have some basketball, so they're gonna be looking forward to you going live around this time, right? 12:30ish. You just getting home, maybe you fire it up at 1 o'clock. You know, you give yourself time to come in, relax, eat something, maybe take a shower. 1 o'clock is In My Opinion with Nate, right? So this your time slot.
Yeah.
So this your time slot. So well, it's 1 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is your time. What is it? 12 o'clock your time?
What's it? 11:30.
Yeah, there we go. 11:30 Central Time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so 11:30, so 12 a.m. Central Time. You firing up. You firing it up for the people. So tell people a little bit about In My Opinion and when it's gonna be available. You know what I mean? I'm hoping. Listen, you already know we got a show by this weekend. Maybe we could go live on your channel if it's available by then. It don't take long to start a channel, Nate. You know what I mean?
I know. I need to get on it.
Stop pushing it off. Get and tell people about In My Opinion with Nate.
In my opinion, I mean, pretty much what Brooklyn do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited to be around people that actually know basketball and know women's basketball. I've been watching the WNBA since its inception. Maybe you know when age, but since I was a kid, I've been watching it since it started. So
talk a little bit clear. You sound a little muffled. Talk a little bit clearer into the mic.
Can you hear me now?
It's a little muffled still.
How about now?
Nah, you sound like you drowning. I'm trying to bring you back from underwater. It sound like you drowning.
let me see if I can switch the earpieces. I think it happens when the batteries start going dead.
Got you.
I cut off. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound way better. Don't use that earpiece. Yeah, we got it.
Basically, I've been watching the WNBA basketball for years now. So just my show gonna be basically an educated opinion, not somebody guessing, not somebody that saw a tweet and reporting what a tweet saw. Just like Brooke, I know basketball, but I've just been watching women's basketball a lot longer. So, you know, I love this, man. Actually getting into the game, the skills, you know what I'm saying, what that player does, how that player fits on the team. So so I'll probably be doing like 1 a.m. rants on people that don't know basketball. Like seeing some of these mock drafts is disgusting to me because it's coming from people who don't know basketball. When the GM of the team specifically says we want tall players and wings, unless it's like a generational player, Georgia Moore and Hailey Van Lith aren't generational players. So please stop mocking them at 10. You don't know basketball. The most sensible mock I've seen was a lady on Bleacher Report. She said Pow 10. That works. Pow's 5'9", 5'9" and 5.5. She's a shooter. Like, I think she'll actually be better. And that's my take. I think Pow actually be a better pro than a college player because she was in a system and she had to, play within the system because you see her Oregon film compared to her South Carolina film, totally different. You see her at Oregon going off for 20, 30 points. At South Carolina was different because it's a different system. So, but she wanted to win. She wanted her ring. She's like, I got stats. I need a ring. So she got that. So if y'all got Pow there, that works. So, and when they, I don't know if you saw on the Skies thing website, they were like, hey, if you get our pick right for 10, we can send you a jersey or whatever. So I picked Pow. And my right end was Cheyenne Sellers. So that's what they trying to get y'all. They don't want a 5'6" guard. They got Mariah Jefferson, who's 5'5", 5'6", and Sloot, who's 5'7". The only reason Mariah Jefferson is still on the scene is because she's getting paid $150,000 guaranteed money. Okay? And she used to be good before her injuries. Let me put that out there too. For her injuries, Mariah Jefferson was really good. So think Derrick Rose after his ACL, before his ACL, MCL without the dunk. Like, but shorter. Mariah Jefferson's speed, her shots, she was a killer. She's a UConn champion. But she can't stay, she can't stay healthy. So they don't want another small guard. Like, I need y'all to know basketball. You can't pick like, all right, this is going to be our guard for at least like the next few years. And you're going to pick another small guard to switch up with another small guard. That makes no basketball sense. Because when you're bringing people off the bench, you kind of want to change the tempo. You want to, like, all right, let's bring in some speed. Let's bring in some size. You don't like, hey, let's go shorter. that doesn't work. Most of the guards now are what, Brooke, like 6 feet, 5'9", 5'11", 5'10" now.
Right.
So what? Caitlin Clark is their nemesis. It's freaking 6 feet. Come on, y'all. Come on. Stop it. So that's why I was saying Cheyenne Sellers. At least you got a defender, and you can develop her shot. At least you can like, hey, go out there and defend her. Stop her from scoring, please. You know what I'm saying? That's why Brooke don't like Cheyenne Sellers at 10. He said, I'll be fine with it. He don't like it because she can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? She ain't been shooting.
Right.
And to his point, she's 6'2" and wasn't killing. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going out there like, hey, get out of my way, I'm 6'2". I was like, man, you got a point. Because you 6'2", you should be out there just shooting over everybody like, get out of my way. But that wasn't happening. So that's what I'm fine with Pow Pow or who was the other young lady they had for the choices? Asia Sifka was for the choices. Yeah. But the choices they had, I'm like, okay, now I know who they want to pick. They want Cheyenne Sellers or Pow Pow. Or maybe Asia Sifka. That was within their choices. Like if you want to pick. So I'll be doing my YouTube channel soon so I can join live stream with Brooke. But just, a couple of educated guys that actually know basketball. We're not, just because we didn't play a professional, we're not finna down you. You know what I'm saying? Get big head.
Let's be clear. You don't got to play professional. I've been playing basketball my whole life. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
You don't got to play professional to play ball. Like you said, Nate, I'm from Brooklyn, Nate, you from Chicago. These are basketball cities. There's basketball courts everywhere. So niggas been balling. Let's be clear. Niggas been balling. Like, you don't got to play professional to know basketball. In fact, if you really being honest, most professional players or most people who play basketball don't know basketball because they playing off their God-given talent. You gotta love the game to know basketball.
Put the work in. Yeah.
Now you gotta want to know why things are. Not all ball players understand that. A lot of ball players just play because they good enough to play.
Yeah, God-given talent. Like I like what Jim or what was that George? I think what Derrick Rose said. After he was in Minnesota and stuff, and he saw guys getting money and wasn't putting in the work, he's like, man, I remember when we was coming in the league, you had to work for your money. You had to earn it. And you got guys coming in now because they got hype and they got a draft stock. They're getting $100 million deals before they even touch the court. And then they don't really even love basketball. He said, I don't understand it. And that's what it is. They just, because they got God-given talent, they like, oh, give me this ball. I'm finna go dunk it. And that's what's wrong with the league now. That's why it's not watchable, because you can tell these dudes don't love it. You know what I'm saying? We out there playing ones and playing ball for hours. Like it's nothing. Like, hey, I got next. You just lost two. It's like, man, I'm gonna get back in there. Let me get this guy over here. Hey, can you hoop? You better know how to hoop. You got all that gear on. Now you find out the guy with all the basketball gear can't even make a layup.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta love the game, man. Know the game and love the game. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against people that played it, that's doing this, but you know what I'm saying? I've been watching it for years, you know what I'm saying, studying this game. So I heard somebody ask me like, oh, so what you saying is, because I always talk about coaching. And my coach didn't I had an assistant coach that you know what I'm saying, I knew more than. Well, you had a bad coach. you know more than you not a bad coach. You know, it's every circumstance is different, because I didn't agree with you know what I'm saying, Lisa Leslie getting the immediate head coaching gig in the W right now. You know what I'm saying? I got told Key, I was like, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. It's just different product right now. If this was like 3-4 years ago, then yeah, it's just, I understand their point. Like, you've done no coaching at all, at no point. Yes, you're a legend. Yes, the NBA does the same thing, but this ain't the NBA. The NBA got millions to back them up. They got their boys. It's a boys club. That's true. But I think she was trying to coach in LA, and LA was like, nah, we're going to get this college coach. So I understand her point, because she brought them championships. They should have if anybody was going to give her a job, it should have been LA. But LA was like, nah, we're going to get somebody that never coached in the league before. I mean, coached in pros, but she coached in college.
Yo,
So
I'm
I
gonna
just
stop. I'm gonna stop Nate right there because this is
I
actually
start
gonna.
ranting. My bad.
No. This is gonna be your first video when you start your
Okay.
page because this is a good point. I was thinking about
Yeah.
that the other day too because she, like you said, she came on Unrivaled and she said she didn't say names, but she said they picked somebody that I know more basketball than, and I feel disrespected. And we all know that 9 times out of 10, the team she talking about is the LA Sparks.
It's LA. Yeah.
So I thought about that as well. I think that's a great video. Nobody put it out. That's gonna be Nate's first video talking about how Lisa Leslie should have been the LA Sparks coach, but they chose somebody else over her, a college coach.
Out of college, yeah.
They chose a college coach over her. And that's gonna be his first video. He gonna dress it up and make it nice. With that said, listen, man, we had a good time tonight. We 3 hours in. This is the perspective with 80s baby. This is my brother Nate and his opinion. We coming to you guys every week. I'm gonna be coming to you guys 3 times a week with the perspective on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Thursdays, I'm gonna be coming to you guys with the Women's Sports Roundup, and on Sundays, I'm coming to you guys with the WNBA Weekly Report. Right, we give you guys content on what's going on. Like I said, hey, listen, man, I'm just a small YouTuber just starting out, and I'm trying to help out my friends also do what I'm doing so that we can come here and give you guys this content. So Nate is up next. Hopefully he have his page by Sunday. I'm putting the pressure on him to have it done by Sunday so that he can have his first video. Nate, I'm gonna give you some game. Don't just when you on Sunday, right? And so start thinking about this now, between now and Sunday, and it's easy for you because you come up with topics like that. I want you to make before you create your page and you make it official and you say everybody come subscribe to me. I want you to have 5 videos on your page. I want you to have 5 videos. So low. Videos. When I say 5 videos, it's not a lot. I'm not saying 30-minute videos. I'm talking about like 5 minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes videos. You do that and you do that on here, right? You do that in the one quick rant. You get what I'm saying? So just a 5-minute or 10-minute video about one. You already got one. You got your Lisa Leslie topic, right? Yeah. The draft is on Monday. So you already got your second topic, right? You can do a mock draft. You can talk about whatever you're gonna do. The draft is on Monday, so you got to talk about it. Yeah, you got to talk about it.
Yeah, so got to.
So you got 2 topics right there. You figure out the other 3, right? Whatever you want to talk about, whatever you feel like is important, whatever you feel like is trending. You know what I mean? You could have a third topic, whatever you want about Angel Reese, something about Angel Reese, right? In the Chicago Sky. You from Chicago. So that's 3 topics right there. Something about Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. And then, you got your other 2 that you could just come up with. The reason why I'm saying that is I was watching a video last night about how do you get more subscribers and, just researching, trying to be better at what I do. And one of the people said is to have 5 videos on your page, because what that does is when you have 5 videos on your page, it tells the algorithm that people are they're engaging with you, right? They go into one video, they might watch another one. You know what I mean? If you don't have much content, they're gonna go to your page and leave it, and that's gonna tell the algorithm that nobody wants to engage with you. So what you want to do is have you want to tell the algorithm that people want to watch my videos, and the only way you can do that is by having videos. So I want you to have 5 videos. Don't have to be nothing crazy along, just 5 different videos about 5 different topics of the WNBA. I just gave you 3 of them, right? Your Lisa Leslie one. You could come up, cultivate that, make that super interesting for people. Put all the stuff that you just said in there, plus more, right? A Chicago Sky Angel Reese video, right? Something you feel like is important that need to be said, or something that's trending that you want to give your 2 cents on, right? Okay. And then the draft, we doing a show on Sunday, so we talking about the draft. If I was you, I would launch my channel the same day we do WNBA stuff, right? Because if your channel was ready by the time we do the WNBA weekly, like you said, we could simulcast it to your page. So now that might be, you can even use that as your 5th video if you want, or that'd be extra because that's a live. So that might be a 6th video for you. That might be extra. But my point is, this is all content that is going on your channel, and it's allow your channel to hit the ground running. You get what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would have my channel done by Saturday. This way, by Sunday, all you gotta do is load up. I don't know what your days off are, time that you can sit down and shoot some videos. Like I said, it don't gotta be nothing crazy,
just the
nothing
weekend.
long. Yeah, so there we go. The weekend, when the weekend come up, it don't gotta be nothing crazy. You don't gotta do, like, if you do anything longer than 10 minutes, that's up to you. Like, let's just say you cooking and you got a 20-minute video. That's up to you. But your goal should be shooting for 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then you got, 3 good videos. And if you happen to come up with a video that's longer, 20, 25 minutes, because you was just cooking, great. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now you got a 20-minute video. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's easy to come up with a topic and talk about it, make it interesting for the people in 5 to 10 minutes. You get what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would have those 5 videos, and then we could simulcast the live to your channel. This way you could get your subscribers up and everything like that. You feel me? So
I like it. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Brody. Listen, that's the show, man. Great show. I appreciate Nate coming up here talking with me. Always giving great analysts, great expertise. Nate is also an insider. Apparently, he be knowing stuff before the stuff happened. You know what I'm saying?
Knowing the right people.
Hey, listen, shout out to everybody that's listen, I didn't even know. Shout out to K-Sap and Simply Ball Dropping and Lakeisha and Bro Claude. I didn't even know they on right now. So the fact that y'all in here with me showed me that y'all really rock with me. You get what I'm saying? Because they the big dogs, right? I'm a small channel. They the big dogs in this community, and you guys is over here still rocking with me. So I appreciate you guys for that. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, the big hit dog, bald head guys here. Oh, where you at?
Big shout out to CJ for the cash app earlier. I appreciate. He dropped 200 on me, Nate. 200 in the cash app. I said CJ dropped 200 on me. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but I appreciate that. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Shout out to anybody that want to donate to me. You could donate through my Cash App or my Zelle. I appreciate anything, whether it's $1, whether it's $2, $10, or $200. I appreciate anything. Thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about it, man. Share this video. Tell them we talk. Tell them we got a good thing going over here, right? And we building community. With that said, I'm out of here. Everybody go over. Y'all probably over there anyway. Y'all probably on 2 different streams. Everybody go support Big Bro, K-Sap, Lakeisha, Bro Claude, and everybody have a blessed night, man. I'm out.
Later.